Today on the show, Christoffer is coming to us from the future to run another session of Black Void. It's an RPG that I just love and was one of my top 10 RPGs of 2019. Stick around. It's Victory Condition Gaming plays Black Void. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming on and watching this second actual play of Black Void on Victory Condition Gaming. Before we start, there's a couple things I would ask you to do, though. Please, if you enjoy this actual play and find some sort of entertainment value in it, please check out the link in the description of this video. It will have the link to where you can get a copy of the Black Void, which I know Chris, who's on the screen right here, would really appreciate.
Yes.
Chris, thank you so much. It's 9 o'clock in the morning your time. It's 9 o'clock my time at night. So I appreciate you coming to hopping in your time machine from the future to come on the show and be a part of this actual play and running this.
That's how we roll. I'm coming to you from the future.
The other thing I'm going to ask folks is if you enjoy this actual play, please, and if you like Black Void in general, hit that like button down below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. We would really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the hit that little bell notification that'll let you know every single time we go live. And we really appreciate our community here on YouTube and all of our social media platforms. Now let's join all of our players onto the screen. Let's put them all in here. We've got Jason, Mitch, and Josh joining us today. Thank you guys so much for coming on and doing this second actual play. Chris, we had you on during the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And
it's a long time ago.
It was a while ago, and in the meantime, you've put out this beautiful, beautiful RPG, and one of my favorite RPGs of 2019. And I'm so glad that we can have you back on. And you want to give just a kind of a brief look at that
product placement.
Mitch comes prepared.
I gotta do this.
Turn that sideways. Turn that sideways. Show how thick it is.
Look at that.
Look at how
that
is.
Oh, it is. It's a wonderful, wonderful book. You want to give just like a brief kind of 2-second or 2-minute sales pitch on what Black Void is for folks that are maybe not maybe coming across it for the first time on this show?
Sure. Black Void is set when Babylon was the greatest city on Earth, and Earth is hit by a cataclysm where humanity is thrown into the cosmos through the void, exactly as Mitch is showing right there. And then after an amount of time, people start getting popped onto different worlds, and they come to a city called Lynn the Eternal, where they start building enclaves and trying to sort of rebuild what was lost. The issue is that humanity finds themselves at the bottom of the food chain amongst a myriad of alien and esoteric species. So it's a game about the survival and hopeful resurgence of mankind in an.
Excellent. Yeah.
I think we lost him for a little.
I think maybe we lost Chris for a second in the Black Void for a moment. Oh, there he is.
Yep.
We're reconnected.
I'm Black from the Void.
It's a beautiful book. If you haven't picked it up, check it out. I know it's available through modiphius' website. You can also pick it up, ask your friendly local game store to order it. And if you'd like the PDF, if you're a PDF RPG user, I'll put a link to the drive-through RPG for Black Void in the description as well. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you get that PDF, you're going to want those physical books because the PDFs are they're beautiful. And it's even more beautiful in physical form. So, look at
so
that.
cool.
Mitch is just bringing it.
I know. I should hire him.
It looks so cool.
Advertising executive.
That's just gorgeous. You do
The
so much
graphic
better than I do.
The graphic design on this is amazing. I like how every page looks like this worn out parchment, and every Oh, okay. I'm gonna start fanboying here because
Go on. We're not gonna stop.
Chris, get up early for this, Mitch. I'm sure he won't mind if you want to keep going.
Yeah, go on, and we can extend this for an hour or two. It's no problem. I mean, it's early for me, so.
Oh man, I just gotta say, go grab it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's great, and I love how you've got more content on the way for it. So if you're watching this and you've already picked up the core rulebook, go check out the other adventures. You just released one a few weeks ago that we did a review on, and it's terrific. And then you've got more in the works as well. So I don't hesitate if you're not sure more content is the way, because it is.
And the quick start is available for free download along with an intro adventure on Drive-Thru RPG and the Modiphius website if you want to check it out.
Very cool. All right. So this is what I do, Chris. I just kind of compact my show together, and then I throw it all the way. Can I throw it all the way to Singapore? I don't know if I can this time.
Try.
There you go. It's nice.
I got it.
This show is yours now, my friend.
Thank you. All right. So, just brief introduction. This is a precursor adventure to the Flight from Salvation Square adventure, which is the free adventure module available through Drive-Thru RPG and so on and so forth. So it uses the same pre-gens as that adventure, but obviously revolves around the occurrences before the Flight from Salvation Square. So, which is why you have Starvar, which is played by Doug today, and we have Tomo, played by Jason. Introduction. A consecrated idol has been stolen by the Sarakum gang from the Tiamat shrine in Firada's enclave. A disgruntled low-ranking gang member named Tamu revealed the culprits to the priestesses in the hopes of gaining favor. Albeit Tamu is a street goon without access to the gang lair, he has some knowledge of the inner workings of the gang. The idol is believed to be a relic from Earth and remains a symbol of importance and authority, not only for the cult, but for the remnants of mankind, regardless of creed and allegiance. The gang lair is only accessible through an obscure temple deep in the slum district of Kima, but the High Priestess has found a young girl who knows a secret way to take you in. Tamo wants to gain favor with the priestesses by helping in the retrieval and believing that recovering and returning the idol to the priestesses of Tiamat will ingratiate with you with the cult. The rest of you also seek out the priestesses to offer your aid. Amara has planned the theft, Assyria arranged for the getaway, and Savar provides protection. As the swirling nighttime nebulas dance above Lin the Eternal, you and your guide set out to enter the temple and retrieve the idol. So you find yourself in the middle of the night in the slum streets of the Kima district of Lin the Eternal. You've entered a small, dark and filthy alley, and Aju, the young girl who's been hired to guide you, is walking ahead of you towards the end of the alley. There you can see a small but rather sturdy-looking door, and she indicates for you to come closer, saying, "This is the entrance. This is where we go in."
Are you sure now? I don't want anything to come up against us. No traps, no deceptions, yeah?
Of course not. Of course not. I promised to the High Priestess.
How do we get through the door, though?
Oh, she starts rummaging. There's sort of a latch on there, and you hear a faint click, and she opens the door. Come on, but you gotta be quick and you gotta be quiet.
I'll go ahead.
I'll follow.
All right, let's do this.
I'll bring up
Amara will follow. Yeah.
Yeah, you will.
You walk into a small dark room, and you can see there's sort of a half wall dividing it a little bit further ahead. And as you walk in, you hear her whisper, "I'm sorry," and she darts out and slams the door behind you.
I knew it. I knew it. I had a feeling, and I
As
knew
the
it.
door slams,
Mm-hmm.
you hear a faint rustling and what could be growling coming from the other side of the half wall ahead of you. You are in complete darkness. What do you do?
Jeez. I look quickly and see if I have anything that provides light.
Yeah. I was just going to ask that.
I'm looking at my sheets.
Well, look on your character sheet, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm looking. I know I looked it over earlier, and I'm trying to remember if there was anything.
I will bring out my copper oil lamp and frantically try to light it.
Okay, you do that. As the sparks fly, there's a bit of light coming off. You hear what sounds like chinking, I guess you could say, as of metal, sort of like a chain or something like that. And what you thought you heard as a growl grows quite a bit louder. And you can definitely feel that something is moving behind the wall.
Against
I'll
my better
definitely-
judgment. Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, I would pull out my daggers and be prepared myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my short sword just to put in front of me, even though I can't really see what's going on. I want to make sure that I have something in front of me at least.
Omara will just kind of get low to the floor, crouching, and use her shifting pigments of her skin to try to blend in with the environment.
Nice.
Cool.
I'll
definitely-
hold the lamp up high and put my hammer in my offhand, I guess.
As you do so, you see a shape emerging from behind the wall. And it looks something like, whoa, where we were there.
Oh, that's not awesome.
Oh, you know.
Oh, that is
Those-
beautiful.
We
I want
see
one of
those all
those.
the time.
Yeah, can you show me that page number again, just so
Yeah,
I
sorry.
have a reference? I
So we
can...
can quickly flip to the disadvantage.
As long as you don't look at the stat block.
Oh, don't tell me. I'll look at the stat block. Don't tell me it.
It's You, are any of you Lynn natives as your background? Or have common lore or anything of the sort?
I have common lore of thug life in this area.
Right, okay. You recognize this as a species called an Adaru, which is a predator from the jungles around Lynn. You've seen a couple actually in your lifetime because sometimes they get caught and used in the arenas and so on and so forth. And you can tell that this one is particularly emaciated and has sort of a wild look in its eyes. Clearly, it's been starved.
I will pass that on to the group. It's hungry. Look out!
As you do so, it sort of tries to take a jump towards you. And that's when you notice that a collar around its throat stops it from reaching you.
So less of a threat than I thought. Okay.
do you
Can we
do?
get around it at all, or is there no way to get around it?
Nope.
Anybody have any food?
That's what
okay.
I'm looking at my character sheet, looking for food right now.
I'm
Hopefully,
curious.
maybe I can.
Since I haven't played before, what does the ability compelled do exactly?
Sorry? The Mystic Power?
Yeah.
Right. So basically, it's sort of a charm where you compel normally it has to be a sentient being to do what you would like it to do. So it's it adds a bonus to your persuasion, for instance.
Okay.
Or you can make a suggestion, and if it actually works and it's not counter to what the person would want to do, he or she will do it.
So that would be no good in this case.
Well, you could try, but the thing is, you have to make yourself understood for it to really sort of work. And I'm pretty sure that Adaro don't speak Low Darish.
No, not at all. My first, I would just go up and stab it in the head with the dagger.
All right, roll initiative.
Okay, now how do we roll initiative?
So initiative is the D12.
Okay.
And then you add your speed modifier, which is typically your agility.
Agility. Okay.
Yep.
And that that stays throughout the entire combat. So the higher the score, the quicker you come in. If you roll a 12, you get an additional action in the first round.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Well, I got a 3, so.
Okay.
I have fast reflexes. Does that add anything over what the agility modifier provides?
Yeah, that's a +1 to initiative.
Okay. Sweet. 13.
So I rolled a 10.
Go.
I have a fascinating 6.
All right. Well, as the Adaro is sort of expecting you to attack, but still you go first, Joshua.
Oh, okay. Of course it's expecting me.
Well, you do draw a sword and then advance on it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I do, most of my characters. All right, so making an attack, how do I go about doing that?
Right. The basics of the game is that everything is resolved using the D12. And then you add your trait modifier and any ability modifier, which would be
easy enough.
The skill, or whatever it is. And then there it is, and then you have. And if you roll this lovely number, it's an exceptional success. Ooh, Doug, you have him too. And if you roll, where is it? That one, it's a critical mishap.
Oh, okay. So we don't want that.
Or we do, because that brings a lot of fun usually.
That's usually a thing, yeah.
Yeah, roll
I
low.
tend to
That'll
roll only 12 and 1. I don't know why. That's just apparently that's my thing.
Okay, so with the dagger, it says I have no attack modifier, so it's just a straight roll.
Yep.
Which is a 12.
You rolled a natural 12.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, very good. So that is an exceptional success, which means that we go to the exceptional hits table.
Oh, I love tables.
I do too.
Right. Because, first of all, you hit, because it's a 12. So that normally hits. What happens then is you roll a D12 and a D6, and you tell me the result.
So the max total of both those dice?
Yeah, the max. You tell what you want.
Yeah, 10 total.
No. You tell me the 12, and then you tell me what's on the D6 after.
I'm sorry. The 12, I rolled an 8.
Okay.
And the 6 is a 2.
The 6 is a 2. Okay. A ferocious blow sends the target sprawling backwards D3 meters, landing heavily and being stunned for D3 rounds. That's pretty good.
Wow.
And on top of that, you deal double damage to it.
Oh, so I get to roll 2d4 then.
Exactly. And I don't know if you have any strength modifiers to that.
Let me double check here. It says -1.
Okay, then you have to deduct 1 from that roll.
Okay.
But you roll 2d4 and then deduct 1, and that's the damage you give to this poor starving Adara, which has done absolutely nothing to you.
That's a 5.
That's a 5
damage. Yep.
All right. All right. You just strike it smack in the face, and it reels backwards, falling on its side, and just lies there with a huge open gash and blood flowing out. clearly it's not in a position it wants to be, which gives the rest of you an opening to do what you want to do. I think Doug, you got the 10, yeah?
I got a 10. Yeah. It's pretty badly wounded.
It's difficult to tell because it's dark and everything, but you can definitely see the gash, and you can see some drops of blood on the floor where it was before, and it lies there whimpering.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to just try to slash at its neck. I think just to kind of finish it off because I don't want this thing to come at us anymore.
I just had to show it that I was the alpha. That's all.
Yeah.
So you advance on it and you just chomp down. It's lying there. It's prone because it's still stunned from that blow. So you go straight to rolling damage.
Nice. So that was a 9 damage plus. So D6 plus 1 is my damage. That is a 7.
That's a 7.
Yes.
This poor thing. Okay. It's looking a lot worse for wear. Tamo and Amara, you're standing there. Do you also go and chop into this poor defenseless lying on the ground whimpering?
Yeah,
I'm just looking to put it out of its misery as fast as possible at this point.
Right.
That was what I was trying to do.
All right. You advance on it?
Yeah.
And you strike it?
That's the plan.
All right. Roll
Put
for
my
damage.
boot on it and squish it with my hammer.
All right. Roll for damage.
Let's see. D12 plus 2 is 8.
You hear a sort of disgusting crunch as you put your hammer through its skull, and the light leaves its eyes. And
I'll pull my hammer free and kind of scrub it off on the side of my leg. You don't keep these things as pets. It's not the point. They're wild animals.
As you stand there looking at this clearly emaciated creature, or what's left of it, you can see the faint outline of a door behind the half wall where the Adaro was trapped. Make awareness rolls, everybody. Difficulty 7.
Okay.
I got a 12 on the die.
Nice. I got a 10.
I got a 4.
Ooh, I got a 3.
I'm aware of nothing.
So observation, 15 total.
Cool. So Amara and Salvar, you can sort of hear sort of faint, sort of shuffling noises coming from beyond the door, and you can hear what maybe sounds like muffled chanting.
All right. I'm going to approach carefully, kind of sliding across the ground as I move towards this door, placing my ear against it and looking around, seeing if there's any kind of slits where I might be able to peer through on the other side.
Right. There are indeed slits that makes you peer through the door. You can see that beyond the door is what appears to be a rather large chamber. And it seems like you are elevated. So you're not on the ground level of it, definitely. You can also see that there is what would look like sort of a bar across the door, so you can't really you can't open it. And you can see sort of a large sort of. It's difficult to see because you only have like this much space to look through, but it looks like a large object of some sort in the middle of the room, and you can hear the shuffling feet and the chanting more distinctly as you do that. It seems to be coming from sort of below.
But no visual of the idol, right?
No.
Okay. I turn back and kind of whisper. Sounds like the cultists are on the other side. Shall we press on, or I can try to get us out the back way?
In response, I'll just lick the blood off my dagger.
That's gross. Don't. No. Come on.
No.
I've got the bloodlust at this point.
You don't know where that's been. Oh, jeez.
Oh, no, he doesn't know where it's been.
I just put it in the creature. I know where it's been.
A Siri. Okay. Well, focus.
We need the idol, so we need to press on. This is the whole point of this.
So I can't pick this lock because there's a bar on the other side keeping the door. So I don't know how to get past this without being really loud. Don't laugh,
What?
Siri. I don't like it.
That's just creepy.
Oh no. Don't worry about me.
So really, the only option we have is to bash this door down. Then
Well, let's think of other options. Let's not just go for that one.
okay, we need to get past the door. You can't pick the lock, so
Who
we
says
go
there is
through
a
the
lock?
door.
But did I get a kind of sense that the bar would prevent me from opening it after locking, or would I be able to?
Well, there is no lock.
Oh, there's
Basically, the door, and there's a handle, and then you can see there's a bar on the opposite side.
Oh, so we just need something to stick through that and lift the bar.
I'm just gonna try to open it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's make sure it's actually locked first.
Yeah.
Before we're trying to break down.
It was a fake bar.
Do it.
It was an illusion.
Exactly. No, it like
Could someone put a knife through this and like shift the bar up?
You can try.
I think that's what I'm going to try to do. Does it? Yeah. Let's. What should I roll for that?
I'd say depends on how you want to do it.
Yeah, I think the knife through bar skill.
Yeah. Don't you have that one?
Yeah, it's right here on my.
I don't see that on my sheet somewhere. I mean,
just
somebody
write
has
that
that
down.
Then you
skill.
can't do it
really quick.
unless you have that specific skill.
Yeah.
I would say it's actually more sort of a strength roll in this case because it's a fairly heavy roll.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna stick my knife through this and try to lift the bar up and see if I can jimmy it out. I rolled an 8.
Right. You can feel that you're sort of lifting the bar a little bit, and it clunks back into place.
Oh man! If only we knew of a strong individual who might be able to lift this bar.
I'll just lean in close next to Sarvar and flex a bicep right next to him. Let me try that. Are you gonna let me have the knife?
Tell me
Am I gonna let
knife.
you? Yeah. Well, yeah, I will.
Okay.
I mean, I'll hand it over. I'll be like, you think you can do better? Go for it.
Because I was so arrogant about this, I'm gonna
He's
fail
just being
miserably.
petty
But
about it. Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna give this a whack anyway. What do I got a 9.
All right. With ease. No.
1 point difference.
You manage to lift the bar up, and you hear sort of a faint thud as the other end sort of hits the ground on the other side, and you can see the door wheeled open just a little bit,
All right, I go.
enabling you to get through the door. As you do so, the chanting coming from the other side obviously grows in volume.
I'll flip the knife around and hand it back to Sarvar as I push through the door.
I'll crawl through the door, crouch low on the ground.
As you do so, you see that you are on a landing overlooking a rather large 6-sided chamber. The temple, as it clearly is a dugout chamber with 2 or 3 raised alcoves set in each of the 6 walls that you can see. A massive statue of the deity that you know this temple is dedicated to stands in the center, with celebrants slowly walking around it chanting. The air is oppressive and heavy with dust, and the haze chamber is lit up only by a few oil lamps at the base of the statue and located around by some of the alcoves. So what you basically can see is that you are what's probably around the first story, and you have this sort of vista going on beneath you. You have a stair leading up on your left-hand side from the ground up to a set of double doors or gates, because they're actually rather large. And then you have this massive statue of what appears to be some sort of black stone. And it's kind of difficult to see what it depicts, but it sort of looks like a roach of some sort. But it has it gives you sort of the creeps actually as you look at it. Around it, you have an amount of celebrants sort of shuffling around this while they're sort of mumbling their chants. And inside each of the alcoves, or most of the alcoves, you see there is a figure huddled with smoking sensors placed around them.
And is the room lit other than...
There are a few oil lamps here and there. There are oil lamps at the base of the statue and by some of the alcoves.
Okay, I'm going to put mine out.
It's sort of a murky light. It's not. It's not like
I'm going to put mine out before somebody looks up and says, "Hey, who's that?" You know.
This little roach thing. Where is it exactly again? And
in the middle of the room. So, the statue of the roach, which you know this deity is called Kataka. It is massive, so it actually looms above you, the head of it, which means that it's at least 6 meters tall, because the ground is about 3 meters.
Big roach.
That must be the idol.
No, no. We're not taking that.
No, that's what's going to eat our face when we screw up.
Excuse me, don't mind me. I'm just gonna grab this thing.
Yeah, you're right.
You're late on your payments.
No problem.
Exactly. As you sort of stand there, you see the double gate, one of them opening, and you see somebody coming through, sort of going down the stairs and walking to one of the figures in one of the alcoves.
Okay.
See, there's sort of an exchange, and you see him put something in a small bowl in front of him, and then he climbs beside him and sort of disappears into the alcove. Tamo, you are aware that this is, how to get into the lair. You've never actually been in the lair, but you do know that there is a ritual that you have to do something with these gurus, as they call them, in order to gain access. And you just saw an example of that.
But we didn't actually see what specifically happened.
It was on the opposite side of the room, so you couldn't discern
make out much.
anything.
Did something, but we don't
you
know
could
what.
see.
Yeah.
How, what's in between us and one of these gurus?
Right. So the room, like I said, has 6 walls.
Mm-hmm.
In the center, you have the statue. On each wall is 3 alcoves, except for the one where the stairs lead to the outside, where there's only 2.
Sure.
Meaning that you have pretty much gurus all the way around. There aren't gurus in all of the alcoves, but in most of them there are.
All right. I will.
Is it just stairs to get down there?
Yeah, sorry. On the landing there's a small set of stairs going down on your right.
Okay.
So we should be relatively safe here until we get to one of the gurus, because they're just going to expect us to perform this ritual when we get to them. So they probably aren't going to really care who we are until we try to get past them.
If not, we show them who's boss.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like I don't think we really need to just like go straight in hammer time kind of thing. We can just go across to that guy, and if nothing else, we can just overpower him quickly, maybe silence him and force him to let us in, if nothing else.
Yeah. I'm going to use my adaptive pigment and just kind of crawl down towards one of the gurus.
All right. Do a stealth roll. Do you have stealth?
Yep.
All right.
Ooh, I rolled a 12, so that is a total of 13. I don't know what adaptive pigment gives me.
It normally gives you a +1 if your clothing is sort of fitting as well, because obviously it's just your skin.
Yeah.
So
I'll
in
get
order
naked
for it
if
to
I
work
have
fully,
to.
you'd have to do it naked, but we're not going to go into that. So you sneak down, and nobody pays you any attention whatsoever. You land at the base of the stair, and right there is an alcove with a guru sitting in it. And you have on the next, and right after that you have the bend and the next wall where you have for the 3 gurus sitting, and so on and so forth. As you do so, make an awareness roll.
Yay, I can see things. 13.
All right. As you sneak down, you feel that the statue is sort of watching you. It's not moving or anything, but you get the distinct sense that those eyes are following you as you're walking down, or as you're sneaking down the stairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna shiver as I continue to crawl next to this guru, and as I rise up behind him, in like the swiftest motion, I want to retract or pull out my claws and place one hand like in between his legs like this, and the other one right on top of his head, and I'm gonna be like, "Shh, we're gonna have a conversation, okay?"
All right, make an intimidation roll.
Come on, intimidate. Don't be bad, or be bad. I guess that's cool too.
Fail miserably isn't as much fun as succeeding exceptionally.
Yeah, it's actually I have a little trait, blunt, mild, persuasion -1, so I have a total of a wonderful 4.
As you as you do that, the guru he sits there immovable. He doesn't move a muscle whatsoever, and you're kind of wondering if maybe he's in a trance or something, because there's absolutely no reaction to you grabbing his different parts.
Yeah, and I'm like looking forward to where you guys are, and I'm like,
the 3 of you see Amara sneaking down there very very stealthily, and then she starts to fondle one of the gurus.
I'm just gonna shake my head like, oh
Yeah.
no.
I'm going to shake my head, go down, and make my way towards the statue to kind of inspect it, if you will.
Right. Make an awareness roll as well.
Sure. That would be a 3.
Okay. You just saunter down the stairs.
Yeah.
And you have this this churning crowd of celebrants walking around the statue. You sort of squeeze your way through, and they don't seem to pay you any
They
attention.
don't care.
No, they don't. I mean, they sort of swerve around you and so on, but that's about it. And you reach the base of the statue, and you look up, and like I said, it's this huge 6-7 meters tall black stone statue of a roach kind of thing. But it looks abhorrent in a certain way. You can't really place it because it's not just the shape of it, but there's something about the statue that sort of irks you.
Mm-hmm. Can I tell what it's made out of, or do I not recognize this type of material?
You don't seem. Well, make an intellect roll.
Okay. Let's see. Do I get any minuses or pluses? Yeah, it's -1. Come on, roll high. Oh, come on. Okay, this dice is going in jail. That is a 1.
Well,
I know nothing.
It's a natural 1, yeah.
Yeah.
You are pretty sure that this is just rock. There's nothing distinctive about this whatsoever. Actually, you're not even sure that it is rock. It might be painted wood.
At this point, probably. I'm losing interest at this point.
I'm going to go down and try to pull Asari from the front of this statue and be like, come on, let's. We don't have time to just stare at the statue. You sort of duck and weave through the celebrant as well, and strangely they don't pay you any attention either. You get to him or her. Sorry.
Cool. I'll this guru. If I kind of just move my face in front of his face, what am I looking at?
Right. So it's not a human. It is a Nakasti. This one, which are like small, but not small. So they sort of looks like humanoid tapirs. People have described them as. Let me just find a picture.
Oh, hello.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Yeah, I shouldn't have touched that.
And you, but you notice that it's one of its arms is missing. Yes, you didn't see that in your haste before. And you look, and it has this sort of vacant look in its eye, and it just seems completely unresponsive to what you're doing.
I'm gonna kind of raise one of my claws, and with like the little finger, I'm gonna slowly bring it towards its one good eye. See if there's any reaction. I poke it.
It blinks and sort of moves backward, and sort of.
Why are we abusing these guys exactly?
Who are you?
Ah, yes. You're finally up and at 'em. I need to get through that door over there, and you're one of the people who can do it, yeah?
Revelation or illumination?
Oh, let's see. To understand or to see, to illumination.
All right. Make a surprise roll.
Oh my.
Opposed awareness.
Okay. It's not like me. Awareness is different from observation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see. Awareness is this. Okay. 12.
Oh, okay. He moves to, or it moves to grab you, but you see it coming from a mile away, and are able to move back if you want to do that.
Oh no, I'm curious why he's trying to touch me. I mean, I felt like I touched him, so
It's only fair.
Turnabout is fair play.
turnabout fair
This
play.
is devolving rather quickly, isn't it?
This is
It
not
doesn't
gonna
take
go the
long.
way you think.
It never does. Right. So he sort of grabs you around the neck and pulls you towards him.
Well, this is
As you get pulled in, you notice that, or the smoke from the surrounding sensors starts to waft in your face. Make a stamina roll.
Oh no, that can't be good. Okay, cool. That can't be good either. Oh, that's also not good. I got a 5.
You got a 5. All right. So
No.
as he pulls you in, you and the smoke gets to you, kind of like because you're a little bit surprised, and you get the full choking smoke in your face, and you start to cough, and you feel dazed. You know, there's something in this smoke that's kind of like put you off a little bit, and it's like you can't think quite straight. And you just sort of look at him, and he gets a little bit blurry outlines and so on and so forth. But you can see that he sort of moves to the side and indicates for you to pass.
Okay, yeah, woo! And I'll like turn to whatever image is close to me and be like, "Hey guys, I found the way," and just start kind of moseying on past. Like, God, ooh, that was potent.
All right, you climb past the guru, and you can see behind him in the darkness. It wasn't really visible from outside, but you can see there is sort of a small tunnel, a corridor, leading in and to the left, and you start climbing down. Tamo, Savar, and Asiri, you see Amara having an exchange with this particular guru, and you see exactly what happened, and you see her climb in.
Is this the same guru that let the original person through?
No, it's a different one.
So he may be going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I was just going to say each one could be different entrance.
This could be one of those, this is the good path. This is the path to instant death.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All right.
Do we just let that one go on and then try a different door, or
everyone split up? It's the only way.
Yeah, that always works.
You
everything
have to
works when you
split the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, that's always works out splendidly.
Y'all got your prerogatives. I got mine.
I'm going to head towards the guru that I know is the correct way, but I'm going to turn to Sarvar and say, "Go and get him before he gets too far, or we're going to get off track and we're never going to get out of here with this thing." And I'll head on to the correct guru.
All right.
I'll follow.
Let's do that one. You go to the guru that the other one approached before. This one is it's a different species. It is a Jael, this one. And as you get closer, you notice that it has a blindfold around its 4 eyes, because Jael have 4 eyes. You see beside it, you also have sensors with smoke, and in front of it, you have the little sort of clay bowl, and there are a couple of coins lying in there. As you approach, the guru sort of raises its head, even though obviously it can't see anything, and it sort of tilts its head expectedly as you step close to it.
When I get to close enough range, can I look into the bowl and see if I can make out exactly the denomination of coins that are there?
There are 3 copper dins lying in there.
Or
I will. Oh boy. I don't know anything about how to actually get into the lair, right? I just know about the lair.
You know that you do something with these gurus, and they grant you access.
And you get in. Yeah, I know that there's a process, but I don't know what it is. I am going to.
Do you need some copper?
Oh no, I'm good there.
Are you sure?
I have the cash. I'm going to try and match the amount.
Have you guys followed him, or are you still standing by the statue? By the way.
I said I was going to follow him.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, sorry, I
I'm
didn't
pulling
hear.
a Surrey with me, and I'm following.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with you to get Amara then.
No. We're leaving her by herself.
Oh,
It'll be fine.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say,
so you're not going to? Okay, all right.
Yeah, no,
I was gonna say, 'cause I said I was gonna follow
motion
Toma.
for her to, yeah, we'll motion for her to come to us. You know, she's doing her thing. We're
All right. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna just try to match the donation. I guess I'll put 3 copper in there as well.
Okay.
I have no idea if that's the right thing to do or not, but we're gonna try that.
As you do so, he says, "Revelation or illumination."
I'm gonna roll for this because technically I couldn't have heard what the other one said, so we'll just roll a d12 and let it decide. Revelation.
All right. Thus spake Kataka, it says. Journey with it, and you will journey without it, and you will never prevail. But if you have too much of it, you will surely fail. What is it?
Oh God, a riddle. Knowledge? I don't know.
It grabs you
Uh-oh.
and pulls you in. And the smoke from the sensors waft against your face as well. Make a stamina roll.
Oh boy.
Yay, let's all get drugged.
6, because I have -1 on my stamina.
All right. Same as with Amara, you catch just a shoot waft of smoke, and you sort of start choking, and it runs into your lungs. And you feel just like overwhelming nausea, just grabbing you.
Here comes my lunch.
And it sort of whispers to you, "You are wrong, but now you have had revelation." And it sort of moves aside and lets you pass.
Okay. I'm going to stumble on past it and try to clear my head.
You are nauseous, meaning that you will have a -1 penalty to all actions until I say otherwise.
Okay.
Amara, by the way, you have a -1 to all mental and social actions until
That
further
makes
notice,
sense.
because of your poor concentration.
Yeah, it's the same stats that I have.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
Savar and Asiri, you see Tamo getting grabbed and infused with smoke, and
There's
then
a lot of
Raimund-
grabbing in this chamber.
There is a lot of grabbing. It's a fertility god, didn't I tell you?
No. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a dad.
well,
Yay!
I look over to Sarvar and he looks like he made it through. You want to go next?
Sure. Should we go get Amara?
You already said we'll go back and get her after.
Well, I know. I was just kidding,
Well,
though.
Well, look at
She
this. We got
seems- she
one in
seems
this
like
hole,
she's-
one in this hole. Which hole do you want to go in? I mean, there's what, 2
Okay.
more alcoves?
There's about
I think-
10 more alcoves.
Yeah, no,
well, I mean,
15 more alcoves.
take your pick. Or
I said
do you
we-
want to go
we-
in this one and then I'll go in that one, or vice versa?
No,
Like, do you want to follow Toma or do you want to follow
let's
Amara?
follow Toma. No.
Are
I
you
do not
sure?
wanna follow- Yeah, absolutely.
Well, then,
It only makes
Just-
sense.
you know what? And I just walk up and I'll throw in the 3 copper.
Okay, which one? The same one or another one?
Yeah, the same one.
Okay. Revelation or illumination?
Revelation.
To thee, the Lord decrees that if you have it, you want to share it. But if you share it, you do not have it. What is it?
Money.
It grabs you as well. You are wrong. And it pulls you into the smoke. Make a stamina roll.
Okay.
I don't think we're good at riddles.
I think that's going to be our takeaway.
We're really not. That's
we
pretty
have,
much- This is just Christopher's way of proving that we're really bad at riddles. That's
Chris,
the whole
you have,
point
like,
of this.
the easy mode of the riddles. Like,
All right. So I've got a 10 because I get a +2 to my stamina.
Okay. Right. You get hit by the smoke as well. And you start coughing. But you manage to shake off the effects. And as you do so, the guru moves to the side and lets you pass this one.
All right. I'm in. Your turn. And I walk through.
All right, I will follow that up, and I will pretty much do the same thing. Throw 3 copper in the pot, and
Revelation or illumination?
Be illuminated, my friend.
Yes, I was gonna say illumination.
Right. It indicates for you to get closer. Grabs you by the scruff of the neck, and it wafts smoke into your face. Make a stamina roll as well.
All right, so I have a +2 to my stamina, so I'm hoping. It's cocked. I don't want to. I'm gonna roll it again. That's a 13 now. It was like a. It looked like it was going to be a 10.
Hey, you need a camera on that, Doug.
Yeah, I know,
nobody
I know.
believes that. Oh, look, a 24.
yeah, I got that too.
I don't know. On a 12-sided dice, I don't know how that happened. A 24.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's weird, isn't it?
Right. That's the riddle for you, Chris.
Yeah, shit. I'm not good at riddles either.
Just reading them.
Exactly. Right. So you get the wafting smoke into your face, and you you choke and so on, and but you manage to clear your head as well.
I actually kind of enjoy it.
You do actually. You get kind of a buzz from it. In a good way.
I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, okay.
And the guru says,
Goes back through again. He just keeps answering.
"The light of the Lord will shine upon you," and it moves to the side and lets you pass.
All right. And I walk through, yeah.
Yeah. So you all climb through these. They're not actually tall enough, these tunnels, for you to walk through.
Do we have to crawl?
And you, sorry? Yeah, you have to.
Are we crawling? No.
And after not too long, you emerge into a small square room. So Amara, you climb in, and you can see that there are a couple of tunnels coming into this room. And after a short while, you see Tamo coming in through a different tunnel, and then shortly followed by Savar and Asiri. You see ahead of you, you have a corridor going down the left, and you have a corridor going down on your right. The one on the left, you can see that there's some flickering light down towards it. You can see it sort of bends to the right a little bit further down. You can see there's some light there. And the one straight ahead, you can see it sort of gets lost in the darkness. But there doesn't seem to be any movement or anything in there.
I wave at everyone and say, "Hey, let's go into the dark. Follow me."
Follow me.
And I'll
into
start
dark.
crawling towards that hallway.
Jesus.
All right. As you do so, you see that you get hit by sort of the stench of feces and urine and this sweet sort of smell of decay. And you see that the left-hand side of the corridor is stone or rock. And the right-hand side, you have like bars, almost like jail cells. And you can see inside there's a bit of straw on the floor, and you get a waft of this smell from a little bit further in.
Ooh, interesting. I'll go and investigate that. Is there anyone or anything behind the bars?
In the first cell, no, there isn't. The rest of you see Amara sort of sneaking forward. What do you do in the meantime?
I'm going towards the light because he's the guy said, "May the light of the Lord shine on you," or something like that. So,
Okay, you start sneaking down, or walking slowly down the other side. Yeah, Sarvar, Tama, what do you do? You have Amara going down one corridor, and you have Siri going down the other.
I'm
Here
going
we
to
go
follow
again.
Amara. Yeah, this is basically, pretty much I think this is going to be how the whole session is going to go, pretty much the whole time. I'm going to follow Amara and kind of, because I kind of feel a little guilty because she's kind of one of my best friends, and I kind of feel bad that I left her on her own, and I'm glad that we finally connected. So now that I know that we are back together, I'm going to go follow where she went.
You're following Amara. Okay.
Yep.
Tama?
Is there any indication through either tunnel entrance that one is more traveled than the other?
That's a very good question. Make an observation roll. And if you don't have observation, make an awareness roll.
I rolled a big fat 12.
All right. You, looking at the ground, you can see that the corridor with the light at the end is clearly more traveled than the other. You can see the dust and the sand or whatever is on the ground has been dragged along by footsteps and so on, and you see only very little indication that anybody has used the other one.
All right. Well, I'm going to go down the road more traveled then, for sure.
Okay, so you're following the theory.
Yep.
All right, cool. Amara and Sarvar, you scoot forward a little bit, and you can see in the second cell, you can see a figure sort of lying huddled on the floor.
I will kind of tap my claws against the bar. Hello?
There is no reaction. You can
Is there
see
a,
that. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go.
Well, is there a lock or something that I could undo to get past these bars?
There is a lock, and you can definitely try to pick it.
All right, let's do this. Come on, unleash the horrors. 7?
Yeah.
Please.
With a bit of tweaking and a bit of pulling and a bit of thing, you hear the lock snap open and the door opens slightly.
I'm looking back to the bar.
Can I just point out something? We just unlocked someone that was locked in a cell, and the GM said, "Sure." Like, that's not a good sign.
Hold on. No.
It doesn't
My
work.
internal alarm is going off. Like,
Yeah, I that part. Retcon, let's go. Let's go
Red light.
backwards.
Like there's a sign, open this now.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'll look back at Savar and be like, "You got my back."
I'll just nod and be like, I'll put my hand on my short sword.
Yeah, I'll kind of look at my lockpick. Let's do this. And I'll move forward, crawling, and I'll try to get close to whatever this hunched up figure is.
Right. As you get closer, you can see that it is a human woman. And the smell that you had before of decay and so on, it definitely comes from her. You can see that she's lying sort of huddled, and she's holding something in her hands. You can't quite tell what it is. but it's sort of like a firm grip.
Yeah, I'll kind of take my claws and kind of try to pry open her hands to see what it is.
As you touch her, she is deathly cold. She is definitely not alive.
Huh.
Hence
What's
the smell
in her
of rotten
hand?
decay. Yeah.
What's in her hand?
It's a small raggedy doll. It appears to be sort of like a small raggedy doll of a girl, and you can see that there's something sort of written on it. Can you read?
Where would I find that information?
Your skill if you have languages.
Oh no.
No?
No. But I will pick up this little doll and are her eyes open or anything?
She seems to be staring but you can see the eyes have started to decompose. So it's the eyes don't look like they're supposed to, so to say.
Yeah, Amara will kind of hold the doll close to her chest and with her fingers kind of try to close the eyes and kind of whisper a small prayer to whatever God is out there who may look upon humanity with any semblance of compassion.
I don't think there is one of those.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not in this world.
Be in short supply.
Yeah, I keep praying, hoping
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a God out there somewhere. it's like my letters to Santa Claus. Just hopefully one day.
What are you trying to say, Mitch?
Oh, Doug. Oh man, I'm sorry. We can talk about it later, but there's some
After the show, Doug, after the show.
Yeah. Next revelation. But I'll hand the doll, kind of still staring at the woman, to Savar and say, "Can you read it?"
I'm going to look at the doll and no, I can't read it.
Mara will get up and let's just leave the cell, kind of a little sunken, and kind of hold out her hand for the doll again. I hate this place, Savar.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Are the other cells empty?
You can see there are two more cells down the tunnel. You can't really see from where you're standing if they're
Okay.
empty or if there's anything there. Do you go forward or do you just...
Yeah, let's go look.
Let's find more dead people.
Yeah, I know, right?
And
Yeah,
rob
well, I
from
mean,
them
if
as
that's-
well.
Maybe they all have this. I don't know.
How many more people can you steal from? Yes.
Everyone.
The next cell is also empty, and as you continue down the hallway to the last one, you can see that's empty as well. So
I'm just gonna shake my head and yeah, tell Amara, let's head back and join the group. There's nothing else to see here.
all right. As you do that, Tamo and Asiri, you are progressing down the corridor on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Which we will refer to as the correct one.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Are you reading my map?
Yeah. Let's not go crazy here.
Wrong way. Open here. You progress down, and you can see a little bit further ahead. It takes a sharp turn to the right, and you sort of peek around it, and you can see that a little bit further down, it opens into a larger room, which is where you see the light coming from. you can't see that much from this distance, but you can see that there seems to be sort of a landing just inside the tunnel opening, and whatever is there seems to be a little bit below the where the landing is.
All right. Creep forward along the wall, I guess, until we can see into the larger area.
Okay.
Sure, go right ahead. I'll stroll behind him casually.
Casually. Okay.
It's totally cool. Mondays, am I right?
Dagger out, of course. Just like maybe cleaning out my nails.
Are you humming as well?
No, don't you hum.
La, la, la.
I guess not, because I'm sure as soon as I started humming, Toma would just turn around and give me that.
There will be no humming.
So I'll just continue to clean my nails as we scooch forward.
All right. You get to the corridor opening, and you can see that there is a landing there as well, leading into also a quite large chamber, probably about the same size as the temple. Although it's a square one, and you can see on the floor, which is also at least 3-4 meters below you, you can see the room has been sort of partitioned by large pieces of cloth, sort of dividing it into separate rooms. And you can see right in front and below you is a rather large partition with a round table, where you have 2 people sitting, and then you have 2 other partitions where you have sort of bunks, and you have one which is sort of it looks like sort of a mess hall kind of thing, and then you have another one where you have what seems to be sort of pillars, and there's a large gong in that one. As you look, you can see there are 2 people sitting by the round table right in front of you. Mm-hmm. And you see a small figure walking in between the partitions, walking towards that. And you recognize Aju, the young girl who guided you to the temple in the first place.
Traitor.
Oh, that's it. I
All right.
Is there a way to sneak up behind her?
Right. So the way you were positioned is that she's actually walking sort of towards you, but obviously on the ground below. So unless you make yourself known, she's not gonna notice you. And the stairs leading down to the partitioned area are on either side of the room. So
okay.
Before you can get down to her, she will likely reach the partition with the
unless, and I'm just suggesting things. You jump.
Just go for it.
If you were
All right. Since Toma suggested it, I am going for it.
Oh Jesus!
You gonna jump down?
Yeah, I'm going to get
Jesus
her.
Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I mean, I have intimidation on my sheet, but I think I should swap it out for suggestion.
I'm a little upset what she did to us.
Oh yeah, so am I. I was thinking very much that she needed to be punished. Maybe not death from above, but
All right. Make an agility roll to see if you can land on your feet without breaking your legs.
That sounds good to me. Come on, dice, don't fail me now.
Let's just.
Oh, that's a 2.
I'm sorry. It's not fair for the arbiter to laugh like that.
No, you're just gonna do
it's incredibly thematic. It brings the theme in.
It kind of right. So you jump over the landing and just jump down, and you smack into the floor.
Ouch.
Suffering. But I said there's about 4 meters down there. Yeah.
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 Okay. What is your agility? Sorry.
This is all fine.
Exactly. We don't need legs.
Yeah, we're all great. This is fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, no, this will just work out totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You immediately suffer 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And as you do so, the two people are sitting by the table. What was that?
Splat.
And
I'm gonna duck back on the side of the landing to see if I can stay out of sight.
It's raining
see
men.
them immediately jump up and draw whatever weaponry they have, and start.
It only
running
hurt a
towards
little bit.
You can be like, ow. And would you switch the scene to Amara and Sarvar? You're walking down the tunnel, and you just as you see a Siri disappearing over a landing, and Tamo sort of jumping back into the tunnel.
I'm like,
and you hear this, and I don't know if it's followed by sort of an
Just
oh.
And I'm going to tell Amara, this is why we don't leave them on their own.
It feels like babysitting. Oh man, this is okay.
you guys haven't gone down the wrong tunnel. This wouldn't even be an issue.
This is the right tunnel.
Anytime you put me and Jason in the same actual play, it's trouble.
Something stupid will happen.
A word of warning would have been nice, Doug.
Sorry. Yeah,
Right,
that's true.
No
That's my fault.
riddles, very railroading.
Yeah, do you got like guardrails for this bowling alley? We can just throw them
Exactly.
down.
You stand by one very long tunnel. You can only go one way.
Rails are
Yes,
handy.
there we go.
And
Nailed
by
it.
the end, there's a pedestal that says the goal.
Yes.
And there is no jumping.
Exactly.
There's no jumping.
No heights. We can't. We
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
no height in
it's
this.
got foam on the side, so you can't hurt yourself.
Like a
either.
ball pit at the bottom.
Exactly.
Ooh, that's fun.
Right. Okay. So you're lying there sprawled on the ground, Siri, and it hurt.
Yeah.
You can hear rustling and pulling of weaponry on the other side of this cloth partition.
Well, absolutely. I am just going to a little bit of kind of hurt pride and agony, and just kind of pull myself together and get up and miss that by that much.
All right. You pull yourself off the ground. Tamo, you move back, and you see, and you notice Amara and Sarah coming up from behind you. What do you do?
I will gesture to the two of them, and if they haven't already seen it, because I didn't really see them coming, I will kind of do the whole, and then the leaping motion of someone going down there.
I'm going to look at Tama and go, "What?
He's
Why did you let him do
signaling
that?"
you to go jump.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
Yeah.
You two go
Quickly. If we land enough bodies down there, eventually it's just a step down.
Man.
I am going to go along one of the stairways leading down, and quickly, I don't know, how do you shimmy downstairs? I don't know. I'm just gonna very quickly down the stairs.
Well, my son kind of just lays on it, stomach down.
Yeah, if there was
and
a
just kinda-
banister, I might try that, but knowing my rolling, I would end up right next to him.
There is no banister. All right. So you start running around the landing and towards
Taking the sane way
the
down.
left or the right stair, because there is one at either end.
Oh, stay right.
Yeah, I'm going to stay to the right. Yeah.
You're gonna stay to the right, okay? Because right is right. You see him. You see Tamo dodging out and start running. As you do so, one of the figures by the table notices you.
I have no doubt in my mind. Well, wait, would he really notice me if this guy just landed right next to them?
Well, there's a partition, so he can't see what actually landed.
Right.
What he does see, though, is some guy running along the landing.
I forgot about that part.
But as you were a former gang member, he might recognize you.
True.
Which he doesn't.
Damn.
Well, you don't know, but there's no like, oh, it's you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oi! And he starts running towards you, or running towards the stair that you are headed for as well. As he does so, he passes Aju, the young girl, and he just sort of pushes her aside, so she flies on the ground and bumps her head quite hard. Right, Amara, Sawar, what do you do?
All right.
Go ahead, Amara.
Oh, okay. If you say I can go ahead. So Amara starts running and will jump up to try to drop kick whoever this is approaching my comrade up the stairs. Just drop kick him right in the face.
So you're gonna run after Tamo and then try to skip across the divide and drop kick the person who's heading for. All right, cool.
Yeah, just jump like woo.
Yeah. Go on, good job.
All right, they're not going to have to kill us. We're all going to die from falling damage.
At all from the sleeping gang members in the cots.
Oh gosh, yeah, we're fine.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Savar, what do you do while you see, and you can clearly see Amara's intent as you start sprinting off the landing there. What do you do?
I'm just shaking my head, wondering why we're going so like gung ho, and why we're not just taking the subtle approach to this. Because I'm kind of I'm more the reasonable person of this group, and like I'm always thinking of like
take a lot.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
No. Basic common sense makes you the reasonable one.
Yeah, like on my sheet, the mannerisms, it says "will drop kick people." So I don't. It's really Chris who wrote this.
Wow.
Oh, I forgot I wrote that. Shit.
Yeah, it's right here.
When I saw you were gonna play Amara, you're like, no, because that has the note.
It's not my fault.
Mine says is cautious, so that's why I'm very I'm wondering why. But I'm gonna go down the stairs. I'm gonna follow Toma. I'm not going to jump and try to jump kick anybody.
What? What is?
Okay,
Come on, join the
you're
jumping party.
sauntering ahead, or you're running after them.
I'm gonna run, but I want to tend to the girl that got knocked down. I want to make sure that she's okay if she's down, and because I don't want to see a young child.
Okay. But that's going to take longer than the others. Tamo and Amara, what are your movement in terms of who's going to actually get there first?
Movement.
My movement speed.
Do you want combat speed or like running?
I'm assuming you're running or sprinting, depending on.
Sprinting.
Or running?
Sprinting. 16.
I'm just running down the stairs, so I've got a 12.
Okay. Right. So what happens is that you come sort of, so it's the stairs are sort of at an angle to the landing. Yeah. So you come on and then you walk down, and this guy comes up, and as you sort of reach the top of the stairs, you see the shadow of Amara sort of flying over the gap, and just trying to hit this guy straight in the face. I would like to see it. Do you have like acrobatics or something of the sort, Amara?
Nah. Why would we need that?
Just because we're dropping over open goals.
I do have acrobatics.
Okay.
Do you have acrobatics?
Excellent.
I do have acrobatics.
I would say this is an acrobatics roll then.
Yay.
So I would say agility and acrobatics probably, or
I'll take that.
maybe strength to clear the.
No, let's not do strength. Let's...
No strength. Okay.
All right, so I rolled a 6 plus 2 for agility, 8, and 1 in acrobatics for a lovely 9.
Yeah.
That's all I
right.
have.
Okay, but that's fair enough. Actually, you fly over this open space, and this guy who's sort of trying to focus on the stairs as well to not fall up those as he's reaching for Tamo, you hit him square in the chest. I'll say that's D3 damage because it's sort of it's an unarmed attack, and then let's do opposed strength to see if you can knock him down.
Oh, I don't.
I
like
will
that.
give you a +3 because you're sprinting towards him and jumping from higher ground.
Yay! All right. So what is it? I roll the D3 for his damage. You said.
Yep.
So I got okay. So 2. And then strength test. Oh my, 8.
Okay. You he actually flies backwards as your feet land squarely in his chest, and he is just thrown down the stairs. However, I do need you to make an agility roll to see if you can actually land on your feet or if you just
Pancake.
Very familiar.
yeah.
Oh snap!
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is it a 1?
No, it's a. Oh man, I'm like, it's a.
Is it a
oh,
natural 12?
It is.
No.
a 12.
Nice.
The look of eagerness on Chris's face, though, when he was like, "Is it a 1?"
Is that the fun bit, right? Okay. So not only do you hit him squarely in the chest and make him fall down the stairs, you land with almost utmost grace on these stairs.
We're all looking on
And
saying,
just
"Well,
like,
it's not
yeah,
enough."
I meant to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he just stomps on the floor by the base of the stairs.
Yes,
I'll say maybe
Did you
we should
seriously
roll
just
a
dab
bit.
at the end?
I dabbed. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
As Amara probably would do in the situation.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes.
Absolutely.
I say it seems like we're in a bit of a combat situation, so maybe there should be a bit of initiative roll.
Whoa, combat.
Sounds
Who
good.
said anything about
I like
combat?
that.
This is
Sure.
I like combat.
All right.
4.
Go on. So, Tamo is 4. Savar is 4.
Amara has 9.
Okay.
What are we adding to this?
Agility.
Agility.
Agility. Okay, so that would be a 7 for me.
Okay. All right.
Now we're going to be
All right.
waving
That
weapons
means
around.
Amara, you go first.
Oh my. Okay. So he's down on the ground, right?
He's down on the ground and he's not stunned. He's trying to get up.
Okay. Let's look at these amazing combat maneuvers. So I am going to go all out for a curb stomp.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's +3 attack mod, -3 defense. Yeah.
And +1 because you're still up the stairs and he's lying sprawled on the ground.
Nice. Let's see if I have any unarmed. Ooh, 11?
Yeah, you definitely hit him. You're just stomping with your feet, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, D3.
So
your strength modifier.
So 2 damage.
All right, another 2 damage. Okay. Then we have him. He actually tries to. He remains on the ground as you start stomping him, and he tries to hit you. You see that he is armed with a mace or something.
Whoa, that's not equal fighting. I don't have weapons.
What do you mean? It's a 5. What's your defense value?
Okay, defense value. Where can I lay that?
On the second page.
Okay, yeah. My defense value is 9, but I did all out, so 6 this round.
Right. You are this close. You just feel as the mace sort of whoosses by your head as he tries to smack you.
Part of my hair flies off.
And with that, we have Assyrian. You managed to pick yourself off the ground. You can, you saw Amara sort of flying overhead, and you hear other people sort of falling and thumping and so on and so forth as you pick yourself off the ground. And you can see further down by the partition, another gang member is running towards you. One of the ones that you saw inside the partition room before.
Okay. He's running towards me?
Yeah. With a short sword drawn.
That's it? Okay.
That's it.
I will run in his direction and kind of collide into him and stab him with my dagger.
You charging or you just engaging? Because there's a difference.
What does charging do, may I ask?
Charging gives you a... Well, let's have a look so we can just tell you the specifics. To charge is double your move. You get +1 to your damage, but you lose your agility and shield defense bonus. Because it's more sort of a raw kind of thing.
Right.
Or, as he's running towards you, you could do a receive charge. And just as soon as he gets close, you just chop it.
I think after taking the fall, it would make sense to do that.
Okay. Right. He charges towards you, but you are definitely ready for him, meaning that you get to attack him before he actually reaches you.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. And make sure I add all those wonderful bonuses.
You have to. Well, you don't have to, but it's...
Get like a +1 for my inspirational Bruce Lee move.
All right.
Crouching tiger, hidden Amara.
There it is. That's a natural 12 +2.
Ooh.
Really? Well done.
Yeah.
Right. So, this ganger comes charging at you, and you just poof. So, same as before, roll a d12 and a d6, and tell me what each of the rolls. So, the way it works is that for exceptional hits table, you have the severity, which is the d12, and you have the actual effect, which is the d6.
Nice. Okay. Well, your d12 says 3.
Okay.
Your d6 says 3 as well.
All right. So you only do 1-time damage. However, you bash him to the head, leaving him confused and unable to actually strike at you. Roll
Wonderful.
For damage. Yeah,
I'm not good at
cool.
jumping off ledges, but I am great at hitting.
Yes. Jumping off ledges is just hitting the ground.
Exactly.
And you manage to hit it every time.
Yes, 100% success rate.
That gravity skill he's got maxed out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Really cool.
Such a min-max
So
character.
I rolled a 4.
Okay. And you have -1 because of your strength?
Strength.
Or do I remember wrongly?
Is your strength a -1?
Yes, it is.
I seem to recall that the series is not very strong. Okay.
Yeah, so
3.
it would be a 3.
Okay. All right. Cool. So he comes charging in, and you just in the face. And like, standing there looking rattled. Then we have Tamo.
From where I am,
Kung Fu shenanigans. What do you do?
from where I am on the stairs, can I see the other combatant?
Yes, you can, because you're actually still at sort of at the top of the stairs. So on your left-hand side, in a straight line, you can see a Siri who just smacked this guy in the face, and below you, you can see Amara stomping.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to wade in on the one that... which way do I want to go? Which direction do I want to go? I'll go after the one that Asiri is on, actually. The one that Asiri just stabbed.
Okay. So you sort of jump off the side of the stairs and run towards towards that encounter. Okay, cool. You do that. That takes the rest of the round.
Okay.
Doug, you were trying to get to Aju, right?
Yeah. I was going to try to make sure that...
Are you gonna squeeze past the combat, or are you taking the left-hand stairs to get to her?
I'll take the left-hand stairs.
Okay. As you do that, you see the vista of the whole room as I was describing it before. There are at least 6 gang members, as far as you can see, sleeping on some of the cots around this chamber, and you can see some of them are definitely stirring from the kerfuffle going on. But you run around and you enter one of the some of the not hallways, but one of the paths between the partitions, and you see Aju sitting there, sort of sobbing, nursing her head where she hit it.
She better appreciate the fact that it's Sarvar that's finding her and not any of the rest of it, because it would pretty much just be...
I'm going to... Can I just take a look at any wounds? I've got some bandages, so if she's injured or anything, I'm just okay, right. And I'll just make sure that she's all right. And
she looks up at you, like tears streaming down her face, and she looks sort of very surprised to see you actually, and she just bursts out, I'm so sorry. They had my mother.
Oh, God darn it.
I didn't have a choice. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please help me.
That's fine. I understand. I kind of thought that might be the case. That's why I'm over here. Are you're okay right now? I saw you took a tumble.
Yeah. Who has the doll, by the way?
I do.
Oh, darn.
That would have been handy.
Like a weapon?
No.
Barbie death.
Water with the doll.
I'm just so sorry. And she just,
right.
buries herself.
No, I'm gonna pat her on the back and just try to comfort her and it's okay. We'll help you. We'll.
As you do that, you hear behind the partition right next to you, where some of the cots were, you hear one of the gang members sort of grumbling, "What's going on?" And you definitely hear him starting to crawl out of his cot. With that being said, back to you, Amara.
Oh, yay! So this person below me is still. I guess he stayed on the ground.
Well, he just took a swing at you. So it seems like.
All right. Well,
actually, you can see that he is taking a deep breath, potentially to maybe start yelling or shouting, possibly.
Oh no! I can't have that. So I'm just gonna get on top of him, straddle him, and just with my claws start to rake his face.
All right, are you gonna try to pin him, or are you just gonna try to tear the?
Yeah, just all out. I'll do an all-out attack again.
Okay.
I'm pretty reckless. Aw.
Is that a one?
That's a 1.
That's a one.
Oh no! Well,
What do I win, Chris?
What do I win?
Tell him
but
what
you
he's
know
won.
what? It's because usually I'm the one rolling ones all the time, so it's nice that it's not me for a change.
Yes.
All right. So moving to the mishap table, I'd like you to roll a d12 to see what actually happens. Well, another one.
Another one.
Also,
Oh, that's not bad.
That is another one.
Basically, okay, so normally the combatants circle each other and inadvertently shift positions moving away from each other. But that's not really a possibility in this case because he's on the ground and you're sort of on top of him. So we'll just drop to the next. Now we'll just drop to the next one. So what happens is that as you attack him, he sort of grabs and he grabs a hold of the cloth partition right next to you, and he inadvertently pulls that down, meaning that it clatters to the ground and just makes a racket. Because it's set up like these wooden poles and so on, and it's just a cling clang pong pang pang, so on and so forth.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh gosh.
And there is, first of all, there's no way that everybody hasn't heard that. And secondly, the cloth partition actually falls on top of you both, draping you in this, making you sort of like...
Oh, no.
No, it's a puppet show. Great.
And on that note, we move to Asiri.
Yay, I win.
All right. So the one that's in front of me and Toma is still kicking?
Tomar, you can't see him because he's coming from behind you, actually.
Okay.
So the one you were fighting, you get to go before him. He's still looking a little bit dazed.
Okay. So a total of 7 on my roll.
Okay. That should do it. Yep, you managed to hit him.
Okay.
You just do a standard attack, yeah? No fancy shenanigans or anything, no?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
And so minus the 1, that's going to be 2.
All right, cool. That seems to be the order of business in terms of you dealing damage. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
2, 2.
You scratch him a little bit, and he takes a swing at you. He's just going all in with this one because he is sick of you beating his daddy. Right. That is an 11.
Okay. And I'm looking for my defense value.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it ain't 11.
Yep.
If it's an 11, I'll be amazed.
Mine's a 6.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You take 1 point of damage as his sword just grazes.
Wonderful. Fuel my rage, my friend. Fuel it.
Exactly. Consider it fueled. Tamo, you have, or you can reach them now if you want to.
I'm going to step around to Siri and just take my hammer in both hands and just sweep it right across the guy's midsection.
All right, standard attack. Or are you doing something cool?
Just a standard for now since I just got here.
Okay. All right. Oh, are you doing it as a charge or just as a?
Well, I was already running towards him, so I guess we'll make it a charge.
Yeah, because then you get +1 to damage as well because of the kinetic energy. Yeah, if you hit, obviously.
Hell yeah.
He'll hit.
I rolled an 11, so yeah.
You hit, definitely. Okay. Smack. Hammer to the face.
Yeah.
All right. Damage.
11.
Seriously.
Yep, 9 plus 2. It's D12 plus 2 for the hammer.
All right. This poor fellow has no facelift.
What?
Well done.
So you see Siri like with her little knife or with this little knife sort of scratching, and then comes Thomas up, and there's just like a red blob, and there's just like
Yes.
on the ground.
I'll just like shake some of the gore off the hammer and look at it serious, saying, "Stop playing with things."
All I've got is this little thing right here. I need something bigger.
Right. So you're standing up with this disgusting corpse as you hear a huge racket coming from behind you.
Oh yeah,
and you
I'm
just
pretty
sort of
sure.
see like instead of your eyes, you see one of these partitions just collapsing.
Oh,
like,
God.
huge.
See, the best part about this is if they're covered in tarps and stuff, we don't know who they are. So me and Asiri
You can
be
just
like,
hit whoever.
squish.
Just start
They won't stop
stabbing.
moving.
Things
Keep
that
hitting
pop
them.
Yeah, and on that note, it is Sarwar. Doug, you are there with Aju crying her eye out, and you hear the racket as well, obviously. And you can actually see one of the partitions a little bit further ahead collapsing. And as that happens, you definitely hear more stirring from the partition section right next to you.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'm going to ask. What's the little girl's name again?
Aju.
Aju. I'll ask Aju. Do you know the way out?
Yes. But my mother. They have my mom. I need to find my mom. And she jumps up and tries to just run.
All right.
Unless you try to grab her.
I'm not going to try to grab her. I am just going to take out my short sword and try to help my friends as they are. I'm assuming that they're all engaged in some sort of combat in all that commotion that's going on in front of me.
You can't really see any of them. So what you can see is where you caught Aju. There's a partition on your right. You just heard a big splat, and followed by a thump coming from behind that. And ahead of you, where Aju is running, you see the collapsed partition, and you can see these figures underneath it sort of struggling to
Flailing around.
get out or whatever it is they're doing. But I don't think we want to know what's going on under that target.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what you can see, and then you can hear shuffling feet from and sort of raised voices from your sort of to the left side.
And you said there's quite a few of them over on that other side.
You saw at least 6 when you were on the landing. So there are 2 sort of caught areas, and you can't really remember how many were in each, but you saw at least 6.
There was quite a few. All right. I'm going to try to go in the direction of the commotion where I think my friends are, and
where the partition has fallen down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna try to see if I can't somehow assist.
Okay. Right. As you do that, you're following after Aju.
Yeah.
And she sort of leaps over where Amara and the gang are struggling, and she just stops dead as she sees the ragged doll lying on the stair where Amara has inadvertently dropped it during her kung fu, and she just shrieks no and runs and just collapses on clinging to this
Your
ragged
mom is
doll.
fine.
But Amara, you don't see this because you're covered in and and you're sort of, and there's this guy, and he's trying to sort of pummel you away, but you get to go first because you have the initiative.
Oh man, I'm just like I'm wrapped in this thing. I'm just gonna take my claws and try to like break out using it to escape from this pile of clothing.
Right. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, you actually do that fairly easily because the partitions aren't very thick. It's not like heavy cloth or anything. And you can see that the guy you're still sort of on top of, he's dropped his mace because clearly there's no way you can swing a mace when you're covered in cloth. So yeah, so you and you sort of pop your torso out.
Yeah, it's like popping out.
Exactly.
Get him,
Azir, you see Amara popping out of the tarp, and you stand there next to Jason. Oh, my phone just thought I said Siri. Yes, so what do? You stand there in front of the ganger with no face?
Okay. So I see Amara pop up. Is the other guy still struggling to get out of the...
You can see him sort of flailing about under the partition, the fallen partition. I'm
going to move over there and just continuously stab.
You stab through the...
just
not
violently.
Nice.
I know, right? He doesn't even get a chance. Like, what is this? Where's the honor?
I don't play fair.
No, clearly. Okay, that's cool. Do it. Roll just to see how well you hit him.
Okay. See if I get a 12 or not.
He loses all agility and so on, and you get a +3 because he's completely hampered under there.
So that would be a 10 total.
Okay, cool. You definitely just
all psycho.
Exactly. One of my favorite movies.
Exactly. Well, damage, and I'm guessing it's going to be a 2.
How did you know? I rolled a 3.
I have to know these things.
It's a 2.
All right, cool. Excellent. All right. You hear sort of panicked screaming as you just stab through this cloth that very quickly starts to get stained with
sticky with blood.
Exactly. And he just spends his action struggling to get the hell out of there as fast as he possibly can. Tamo, you see Siri going all psycho on that used to be sort of whitish, but now is more sort of a pinkish.
Not anymore.
This is the worst kind of painting I've ever seen.
It's very impressionist and expressionist at the same time. You also hear commotion from some of the other partitioned areas.
Well, I'm going to assume that a Siri can handle a guy trapped under a tent.
Well, hold on.
I'm sure this is going to come back and haunt me, but I'm going to assume that anyway. I am going to go to one of the partitions and, yank it aside and see what I can see.
Okay, so the one right next to you is the one with the round table where the two guys, the one who just lost his face and the other one was sitting. That was empty. You saw that from the landing. Mm-hmm. So you have one next to it, which was one of the cot areas, and then you have one to the right, which was sort of the mess hall kind of thing. Which one are you going for?
The cot areas, because I'm in the back of my brain. I'm thinking people might be sleeping there.
All right, cool. You do that, and you see 3 gangers sort of looking like they just woke up and trying to get their bearings and looking around trying to find their weaponry or whatever it is.
I am going to hold up my face-covered hammer.
Hammer smashed face. I just remembered that.
I'll look at them all and say, if any of you reaches for a weapon, this will happen to you, and I will try to intimidate them all into just like
make a roll. I love that. That's cool.
Wait, what's my bonus for my intimidation real quick here?
Well,
Intimidation.
I will give you a +3 because you're standing there with a hammer with,
Covered in
bits
one of their coworkers' faces.
Yeah.
That would
they
be a
can't
9.
see who
Then.
was that 9? Okay.
Yeah.
That definitely takes them aback. You're not sure if they're actually going to comply with what you're saying, but you definitely sort of.
I'll take a round of shock value.
Yeah, that works. And Sarvar, what do you do?
Yeah. I am going to. Let me think here. I want to go over to Tomo and see if he's got everything, because I know that there's a lot of people in that area, and because I've already seen that, and I'm going to back him up with and make sure that he's got it under control, and I'll stand there next to him with my short sword.
Okay, so you'll move over next to Tomo, who is
kind of add more intimidation, yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Let them know
So
it's not just Tomo. It's
pull
me
the
as
partition
well.
aside and stand there, and then you come behind him.
Yeah, what he said.
Exactly. I backed that up. As you sort of skip or run over there, you see Aju on the side, just sitting there, sobbing on the stairs, clutching the ragged doll. Saying like, "Mom,
Stop breaking our heart, Chris.
I'm not the one who's doing it.
You wrote it."
This is true. This is.
I'm pretty sure this is a Disney movie, isn't
This
it?
happened before. Right. Yeah, Amara, you're up. So you've managed to get your torso out, and as you sort of peek out, you see Siri fly by and just start stabbing through the.
Yeah.
And you hear these kind of thing.
Crazy man.
So yeah, what do you do?
Oh man, I feel so sorry for this kid. Oh man. Looking around, is the idol in this room? Are we even in the right room?
Probably not.
So you make an observation roll.
All right.
2 hours of chaos, and we're not even
Jason,
close.
that was a terrible comment on the chat.
I'm looking on the bright side.
Yeah, what is it for? Yeah, not her, right? But yeah.
6.
Right. You cannot see the idol. That's for sure. But what you can see is that you have the partition that's now down. That area is open, obviously. You can see that Tamo and Savar are shouting into a partitioned area a little bit further down. On the further down on the right-hand side, you can see there's a corridor veering off the room, or going off the room. On the left, you can see that there is a set of double doors.
Oh, that's gotta be it.
And on the further left, on the left hand, so that's on the back wall. On the left wall, you can see there's another sort of corridor.
All right, I'm running towards those double doors. That's always behind those.
Okay, cool. You run towards that, so you just sort of slides out of the partition, and you're off. Cool.
Yes.
On that, it's back to Asiri. The
Yes.
person you're stabbing is. Shut up. It's thinking.
Nice.
So, change name of character.
Yeah, exactly. Or put your phone away when you play.
Right.
So actually, my mother-in-law's name is Siri as well. So that.
Oh,
screws
jeez, that does
everything
not
up,
help
wouldn't it? All right. So, anyways, sorry. Asiri, yes, you're there, sitting on the guy under the partition, and who's struggling and flailing into him.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to finish till the job is done.
Right. Exactly. So,
You know,
Absolutely.
blood
stabbing till he stops
converting,
the
and exactly.
Mm.
Another 10.
All right, cool. You keep stabbing away. Stab him, stab him, stab him.
All right. That is 4.
Ooh.
Minus
Wow.
1. That's a 3.
3.
A 3
never
instead of a
thought
2.
I would see the day.
I know. I am
Damage
shocked
increase.
myself.
Yeah, you should just
Wow.
lower the damage.
Clearly, those daggers need to be nerfed. Yeah.
Yeah, just like
You feel the dagger just sinking into flesh, and you
Oh,
hear
yes.
a scream, and you're like, "Please stop!
Oh
no.
This one has empathy too. No.
Please,
It-
I beg you!"
Their
Stop giving your
screams only
characters
fuel my
nuance.
rage.
All right, go.
It's music
Right.
to my ears.
As you don't stop, you hear the sound of a gong reverberating around the room.
Crap! There was that partition with the
Ooh.
gong in it.
And you just
Mhm.
it's a weird sort of screechy but booming sound.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you
Gotta be a bad sound.
In a closed chain.
gong.
I'm taking the face right off whoever that is.
Yeah,
And
there's
as
summoning
you hear
giant
that-
cockroach.
The three guys that you had sort of intimidated in the cons, they just jump up and just start grabbing whatever they can from whatever is near them and begin charging towards you.
Oh, so they're grabbing weapons.
But some are grabbing weapons, others are grabbing like a box or whatever is near because he couldn't
Oh, okay.
quite see his weapon and stuff.
All right.
But obviously you still get the job of them,
Okay.
and it's your turn. You and Sarah.
All right. I will spin the hammer around. So you've chosen death, and I'll just straight across them.
All right. I'll let you receive charge as one gets you. You get a free action before they can do anything.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'm just gonna bring the hammer straight up. If he's charging straight at me, I'm just gonna bring the hammer straight up, try to get it right under his chin.
Yeah. Are you trying to do sort of a knockdown thing or something?
Yeah. So see if I'll knock him up and back, like kind of.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I was just a standard hit roll I'm rolling, or
Let's see. A knockdown is what we're trying to do, or are you trying to stun him?
I'd prefer to stun him rather than knock him down. Yeah.
So if you try to stun, you're basically aiming for the head, which is a cold shot. So that's a -3. If you just try to knock him, it's just a straight attack roll.
I'll try for the stun.
Okay, go for it.
So let's see. So it's a standard attack roll -3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a 10 -3 is 7.
Yes, you do. Okay. So he comes charging, and you're like, "Doing!"
Yes.
That sound, but that was the best I could come up with. All right.
It's fine.
It is fine. Opposed roll, you roll a die and you add your strength. And what size is the hammer? I think it's a size.
It's size 3.
4. It's a size 3. Okay, so no adjustment to that. But you add your strength to the roll.
All right. 10.
Okay. He just drops. You smack him on the side of the head and he just goes flying. What is it with you and hitting people in the face?
I know, right?
It's a hammer. Where else are you going to hit somebody?
Well, anyways. So he goes flying just as he reaches you. Salvar, you see this. So you see Tamo holding the partition to the side because this is not where the actual entrance is. 3 guys are charging in. He's like, ding! One is off to the side, and the other 2 come charging towards you.
All right. I am going to try to charge the one that's closest to knock him down and maybe knock them into the other person.
All right, cool. Okay, do it. I'd say that. Are you going to do it with your weapon or just with like a shoulder or something?
I'll do it with my shoulder.
Okay. Right. The unarmed attack, and I say -3 because you're trying to push him and so on and so forth. But yeah, go on.
Right. That is an 11 -3 is 8.
All right, you definitely hit him.
Nice.
Opposed strength roll? Yeah. You have to roll pretty poorly to not beat one I just rolled.
I think that's a 9. I'm trying to
Okay,
see
you
here.
definitely push into him. All right, so you run through, you just shoulder him, and he just flies backwards as well, and actually flies into his companion as well, who manages to stay upright, but is definitely pushed back.
Okay.
As you do that, Amara, you run past them, and you reach these huge double doors. What is your intent? As you do, actually, you can see down the corridor leading off on your right. You can see it goes a little bit, and then you have stairs going upwards, but you can't really see where they're leading. But you are now in front of the double doors.
So, I guess first I'll try to open it, like just carefully putting my back against.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, no!
Well, you hear the gong going off, so even if it squeaks, nobody's
Yeah, I'm
gonna
fine.
pay attention to that anyway.
No one's gonna notice that over gong gong.
Exactly. It's like hearing a triangle over a guy down the drum set. Okay. You do open the door, and you can feel that this wood is old and rotting, and it's like sort of falling apart a little bit as you start to push it. There's a short corridor, and a little bit further ahead, you see it open into sort of a small chamber. Well, not small. It's maybe 10 by 10 meters. Was that 30 feet or 30 feet by 30 feet?
That sounds right.
Yep.
I'm trying to get accustomed to feet thing. Anyways, in there, you see there is a raised dais, which is maybe about 10 meters in diameter, something like that. Not 10 meters, sorry, 5 meters in diameter. On that, you see the idol, as it's been described to you. Behind it,
Aww.
you see a sort of it looks sort of like a rock that's just sort of been dumped, but it looks like, or like what are those, like a fat boy, the bags with this kind of, but it's like a rocky, it's kind of been just dumped.
Yeah.
And you see that there is a rather hefty chain running from this apparent rock down the side and into a ring embedded into the floor.
All
Behind
right.
it, you see there are two sort of half-broken statues standing up against the wall, and on the back wall above the statues, you can see there is sort of a hole, sort of leading up a hole, but a rather large one, maybe like a meter in diameter or something like that.
All right. I'll start stealthing up. Sounds like a great opportunity to steal this idol.
All right, cool. You are moving forward, and then we go to Asiri. The guy you're stabbing is begging for his life.
Really tired of being stabbed.
Yeah.
What?
It doesn't find it interesting or funny whatsoever. Please don't.
We try something else now.
And I will holler out, "Why won't you just die?" So that is a 10.
Yes. All right.
Oh, another 3 this time. Again.
Ooh,
Yeah,
right.
I'm on
Look at you
Okay.
go.
That are
I know.
You sink your dagger into his flesh, and he just stops moving.
Finally.
Did we win?
He, you can. There's sort of like twitching going on a little bit, but he stops struggling.
Okay. A nice big grin comes over my face as I watch him twitch.
You
And
can't
then when
actually see him. You can just see the tarp moving.
Yeah.
just kind of fidgeting about. Yeah.
I'm just watching, and then as the blanket stops, I'm kind of I go sad again and look in the direction of the gong.
Yeah. The gong is on the opposite side of the chamber. So there is a couple of partitions between you and it.
Wonderful. I will start making my way that way.
Okay, cool. As you do that, you pass the partition where Tamo and Savar are slaughtering or pushing around.
See you, boys.
The
Just
guy who
covered in blood.
well, I think most of you are at this point in time. The guy who was pushed by the other guy but landed on his feet, he takes a swing at you, Savar. And he just swings wild, completely missing, not doing any sort of thing. The guy who's hit in the face is on the ground trying to get up. And the one you bumped into, Doug, he is also trying to get up. You guys get to go.
You want to go first, Doug?
Yeah, go ahead. Good.
Okay. I'm going to step around Sarvar and bring the hammer down right on top of the head of the guy who got bumped into.
Okay. So all-out attack or a crushing blow, or what are we talking?
I'm going to go for crushing blow.
Okay. Crushing blow is -1 to attack, but you get a +1 to damage. And since he's on the ground, you get a further +1, of course.
Okay.
And he doesn't have his agility modifier either.
7.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Enough to hit? Okay.
Yep.
Oh. You said +1 to damage, right?
Yep.
14.
Ow.
Oh, man.
I rolled an 11 and I get +2 normally, so that's
I want to roll
Nice.
high.
All right.
Wow.
So he's just trying to get, and come.
more faces for the hammer.
He slumps down on the ground, and you can tell that he is not in a good shape at all. He's still breathing, but he would definitely rather be somewhere else right now.
Got a massive headache.
Yeah, exactly. Samar.
All right. You said that there's two others that are trying to get up.
There's the one you pushed back, which is the one Tamo just smashed, right?
Yeah.
Then you have the one that Tamo smashed before, who's also trying to get up, and then you have the guy who took a swing at you, which you didn't manage to knock to the ground before.
Okay. The one that tried to take a swing at me, I'm going to retaliate and try to hit with my short sword.
Okay. In any particular way, just a standard attack.
Yeah, just a standard attack. I think that's
All right.
all I'm going to do.
Go all out. That's what you should do always.
As you
Go
do
all
that,
out.
he tries to parry because he has a short sword as well.
Okay.
Right, go for it.
That is a 6, 7. Right.
Yeah, you hit him. He tries to parry,
Nice.
but he doesn't succeed in. So you strike home. Cause some damage.
All right. That is a 6.
All right. Ow.
Yeah.
All right. Attack. All right. The gong is still going on. You can.
Wait, did you just say get attacked by rock?
What? No.
What's that?
Not yet. That's later.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I heard like.
No. Amara, you are sneaking into the room.
Not into the room.
All right, just in the tunnel, yeah?
Yeah, I want to get to the edge, and I have a rope made of hemp. And basically what I want to do is kind of get like a little lasso and see if I can throw it over this idol and like pull it back over into the hallway with me.
I like it.
All right.
Yeah, because whatever is going on in this room, I don't wanna.
You don't want to fight the fat one?
No, whatever. I don't want it. No, it's just
Weird. Okay. You have a lasso. You try to throw. I'd say that's an agility.
Sweet.
You could probably apply acrobatics as well, because that kind of makes sense, no?
All right. Sweet. 8.
Yeah.
Yes.
You the lasso switches, or not switches, but goes around the somewhat around, and as you pull a little bit, it tightens the noose, and yeah, you can try to. We're failing despite us.
Dragging it like.
All right. As you do so,
no.
it's on the days. So obviously it reaches the edge of the days, and then it falls over the edge of the days. Like, have you heard like a heavy bronze item fall onto stone floor?
Yeah, that's noisy.
It kind of is very, very noisy.
Dropping an empty.
Well, hold on. I do a stealth check for the statue.
All right, go -12.
That makes sense.
Ding! It says, and as it does so, the apparent rock, you just see a tentacly kind of like appendage of some sort with a flap just swooshing out, just flying through the air exactly where somebody who would have picked up the idol probably would have stood. But obviously it doesn't hit anything. And immediately after, you just see this thing raise up, and it sort of looks like. Where are you, my pretty?
At no point in the history of gaming has a DM ever said, "Where are you, my pretty?" and something attractive has come up.
Oh,
what
that
is that
hot.
giant
This thing
mess of
just
tentacles?
rises up and starts flailing about.
Because
However,
you touched an idol?
Nah,
You are
this
fired.
I need this.
This tracks.
you can see that it's not in a good shape though. The eye stalks have clearly been mutilated or something, and you can see there are several pus-filled open wounds.
There's no for this. No.
Go talk to it.
And it's it's not in a good shape. And it just, you can see these 6 tentacles. They're just flailing about the room, and it's it tries to move forward, and it does manage to move a little bit forward. But then you can see the chain that you noticed before is actually secured around parts of it.
Stop making that noise, man.
Parts of his limbs, meaning that it cannot get very far out. It cannot reach beyond the room.
All right. If I do something stupid,
What do you mean if? That's
I'm
pretty
gonna
much
do
our motto.
something. Yeah, I'm gonna do something stupid. If that's okay.
It's up to you.
So dropping the rope, I want to just kind of free it with like seeing if I can find the lock that's holding this thing down and just kind of undo it.
Okay, so you can see the chain it has sort of a manacle around one of its tendrils there, and then it goes to like I said, a pretty hefty metal ring set into one of the floor tiles.
Yeah.
There is no apparent lock. It seems to be one of those where you sort of put a pin and then you hammer it, so that it requires either heat or bashing to open it up.
All right. Well, I have a flail now. So I want to use this hemp rope with the idol and just kind of swing it and smack it into the pen, hoping to free this thing.
What, you're gonna smash the bronze idol into? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So you pull the idol.
You should have made
towards
such a cute monster, okay?
Well, it wasn't meant to be cute. I was not aware of your.
Next time you play with Mitchell, nothing with tentacles.
I did, Doug. Where was the warning?
Sorry, again, I apologize, Chris. I should have given you this heads up.
You should have. Anyway, all right. So the bronze idol is obviously fairly heavy because it's a rather huge movement. All right, so you start swinging. I would like to see a strength roll, difficulty 7 to get any sort of momentum.
Oh,
on that.
no.
Yeah. All right.
Look at this beautiful thing.
Yeah. All right. So you get it up and you kind of get a little bit of momentum on it, and then it slips out of the noose
Oh no.
and clanks. Let's see which way it clanks.
Making even more noise.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Pick high or low.
Let's go low.
All right. Oh, sorry. It slips out of the noose and it goes clank, clank, clank into the room where the lovely slock, as they're called, is.
This
and
close.
as soon as it goes clank, clank, clank on the floor, at least 3 tendrils just go smack
On the idol.
on where the sound was.
Is the idol okay?
No,
And before we go to that, we will switch scene to where the others are.
I don't think he's
Lovely.
sorry.
Asiri,
Yes.
you, what are you doing?
Advancing towards the gong.
Oh yes, that's true. Right. As you run over there, you see movement on your left-hand side between the partitions, and you see 2 gangers come storming towards you, and they sort of stop as they see you, and clearly you see that they don't recognize you, meaning that they realize that you're probably not supposed to be there, and then they charge towards you. And then we go to Tamo and Sarvar.
Okay.
You're still facing off against these 3.
well,
The
2.5.
guy whom you just bashed severely is crawling away. He's clearly had enough. He doesn't want to be there anymore.
Okay.
And the other 2 are getting ready for a fight.
All right. The one that is already engaged with Sarvar, I'll leave alone, and I'll go for the other guy,
Okay.
just so he can't get involved and we don't get a 2-on-1. I'm just gonna do a regular attack on him this time.
Okay. Okay.
11 to hit.
Yep. Cool. You hit.
Yep, that's not even remotely on the table. 13 damage. I'm rolling
Jesus.
excellent on damage.
You are.
I can't do anything skill related, but I can beat things.
Well, you still managed to hit them, which is a skill.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But
Just don't ask me to do anything acrobatic, because I will probably kill myself.
I'd like you to do an acrobatics check, please.
Uh-oh. Here it comes.
No. Okay. Cool. You definitely bash him.
That's
No
what I
question
rolled
about
just for giggles. That's what I rolled on the acrobatics.
You slip in the gore that you have
My
put
own
on
the own
floor
gore
yourself.
that I'm creating foils me.
Exactly. Karma just hit you. Right. Sarva, you get an attack as well, if you want to.
Yeah,
or
I'm just gonna
get your
attack
action.
him. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to hit him again with my short sword and just try to take him out. That is a 10. That's
You
what, an 11.
definitely hit him. Yep.
All right.
You're good.
And that is that's only 2 damage though.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Should have brought
you're on a
hammer.
serious team now.
Yeah.
Right. The guy that Tomo battered severely, he just turns around and runs. Basically giving you an extra attack if you want it, Tomo, or
Oh god, yeah, I'll take an extra swing.
and yeah, it's towards the back, so you get a plus.
Only got a 6 on that one.
No, but it's in the back, so you managed to hit him anyway.
Okay. 9 damage.
You see the panic in his eyes as he just starts to twirl, and you just plant the hammer in
Crunch.
between his shoulder blades, and he just collapses on the floor. He's and you see twitch.
Should have let me be in the gang.
You're the one who left, by the way.
That's not going to be my story, though. They
Right,
kicked
okay,
me
fine.
out, and this is my revenge.
Right, obviously. The guy in front of you, Sarvar. Let's just see. Yeah, he loses his nerve. And he drops his weapon and he backs away.
All right. Yeah, I'll believe him. I'll just, I'm not going to. I've got a little more honor than probably some of these guys that would probably just start bashing
You
it.
know that a second after
people
that,
in,
Tomo's hammer is just flying past your head.
Yeah.
Blood-covered hammer just dripping next to him.
No, sorry. Go on.
Yeah. So I'm good. I'm gonna let him concede and motion for him to take off. Get out of here. We don't want you around here.
He ducks under the partition, and you can just hear as he
The
runs
pitter
off.
patter of little feet.
The pitter
Run,
patter
little
of
man,
little feet.
run!
Yep. Right. And with that, back to Amara.
When everything's going well.
We don't know anything about what's going on with Amara right now, do we?
No, we
no
really
idea.
don't. We don't.
What
haven't seen
you've
her- we haven't
heard
seen-
in the meantime
Yeah.
is a ding as something heavy metallic fell on something immovable like a
Yeah.
stone floor.
Yeah.
And then you heard "Hurr," and you heard and then you heard no, and then you heard ting again. And then you heard slap. And,
A lot's happening.
That's basically what you know about what's going on behind the double doors.
Everything's fine.
So yeah, that's what's going on. So Amara, what's the plan, dude?
All right. I am going to carefully step forward with my hands in the air, and I'm just going to be like, "Hey, big guy."
Don't forget to wave them like you just don't care.
The sun's going down. As I shuffle over to
You're actually talking to it as you enter the room.
Yeah, I feel bad for it. This is your fault, Chris. But yeah, I
This is the
feel
most
bad.
weirdly sympathetic
This is your
group of
fault.
mercenaries I've ever seen.
So I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, I wanna get you free, and I wanna take that idol too. We can both be partners here, all right?" I'm just very carefully like, "Please don't
Also,
slap
you
me."
Trying to
Roach.
negotiate with it.
You realize that this monstrosity probably does not understand a word you're saying.
Ah, crap.
As you see, not one, not two, but all 6 tendrils just flying towards the sound of your voice.
Oh, no. Can it not?
That was the last we saw of Amara.
That's a 12 to hit.
That hits.
Albeit not a critical one, but still. All right, so the first one hits. That is brilliant. Where do we have the lovely creature? All right. You take 11 damage.
Oh my god!
Holy cow!
And I'd like to see an opposed strength roll to see if you're not flat on the ground as well.
I don't wanna. Oh god, I got a 2.
You have to beat a 4. Oh, you had a 2?
Yeah.
All right. So not only
Oh
do you
my
get
God.
smashed, you go flying.
Oh.
But luckily for you, that kind of saves you from the other 5 tentacles that just fly over and strike the air exactly where you were standing 2 seconds before.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so I like slam against the wall like.
It's like it's got 6 hammers.
Remember, are you below half your starting?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I have.
Remember
3.
that you get penalties.
Yeah, I'm at -3 penalties.
Ooh, you're that low already? All right.
Yeah, I'm
cool.
at injured with
okay.
only 3 health points left.
All right. So that's
You're
what
killing me,
happened to
Chris.
you. No, you're
We're all
killing
gonna
me.
You're
die.
killing yourself there, kind of.
No, I don't know about that.
Asiri, you are standing there waiting for these two guys to charge at you, and you you can see through because you're actually right in front of where the double doors are, and so you can glimpse through them, and you see Amara sort of walking slowly forward towards something that you can't quite see, and then all of a sudden, gone.
Oh boy.
And sort of as a flash thrown towards one of the side, and you hear kind of like a bone cracking crunch, and then a thump from in there.
As much as I'd like to stay and play with these two, ouch. I got to go sprint and get to Amara as fast as possible.
All right, cool. So you, as they come charging on you, you turn on your heel and you charge the other way towards where Amara is. You run through the double doors, through a small corridor, and you see exactly what I described before with the days and all that stuff.
Yep.
And you see what sort of, well, I showed you the picture before. You see this thing just flailing about, and it seems sort of that it has no clue what it's sort of doing. It seems a little bit random as it's just flailing sort of everywhere. Yeah. And you see Amara sprawled on the floor a little bit to the right, and you see what you assume to be the idol lying on the floor a little bit into the room as well, and you can see that the head is tilting in a way that's probably not intended from the artist who crafted this lovely and very important and iconic idol.
It's a little crooked. I got it.
It's like sort of looking like that.
That's a little odd that they would make it that way.
I know, but the mother serpent is kind of weird sometimes. What can you do?
Okay, so my first thing that I need to do is try to get drag Amara out.
What it used to look like into the head got tilted.
It hurts so bad.
So I would like to try to get Amara's lifeless corpse out of there, and at least into the hallway, out of harm's way. Right. Hopefully without getting hit by a tentacle.
Hey, right. I am still alive, darn it.
Well, Not quite lifeless, but definitely sprawled on the ground.
Yeah. The
But
homicidal
you
dagger
can-
person is dragging you, so you may very well not be alive for much longer.
It's true. You can reach in, and you can reach the foot, and you can try
Okay.
to drag if you want to.
Yes.
Do a strength roll. Amara, you're not particularly big, are you?
No, I'm pretty. I work out.
Yeah, but Etheria is not particularly big either. So 7.
Yeah. No.
No.
I
Okay.
roll. I roll the 3 minus 1. That's 2.
Yeah. Okay. So you sort of tuck at the foot, but you're unable to move anything.
All right. So, like, my next thought process is going to be to run in, get the idol, and get out, and just leave Amara.
Okay, we'll do that next one.
Okay.
Kamo and Sarvar, you
I tried.
How
you
could you?
hear all the noises from in there as well. One ganger has fled. Another has fled as well in not so terrible state, and the last one is just twitching on the floor. Well, he's not twitching, in a widening pool of blood. What are you going to do? You can. Oh, by the way, you can see. You hear Aju behind you. You can hear her sobbing as she's running, and she's heading towards the corridor on the right with the stairs.
Can I? Part of me wants to yell to her and tell her that we found her mom and bring her into that room with a monster in it. But I really don't think that that's.
You were all like, "Oh, the poor little girl," and
Yeah, well,
to this thing.
I'm thinking we. I think we go into the room that that Amara is in, because Mara and I are friends. Mara's like one of my closest friend, and knowing that she's probably not doing well, just by listening to what's going on, I'm going to try to go in there and hopefully, maybe tend to some of her wounds and help her out.
Okay, right. You run over towards the double doors. As you pass, or as you get outside of the partitioned area, you see that you are running sort of alongside two gangers heading exactly the same direction. And with that, Tamo, what do? You're still in the partitioned area. You see Sarvar dug out, and you hear him running towards the double doors.
I'm going to head towards the double doors. I could care less about this kid, honestly. I'll deal with that later if I can catch it.
You come out a little bit after Sarvar, and you see him running with two gangers sort of next to him, and they're sort of looking at each other like, "What?"
I'll just be behind him like, ha 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 ha. Get them to run a little bit faster.
As you do that, one of them definitely stops and gets ready to take a swing at you.
Okay.
Let's jump to Amara. You feel something tugging on your foot. And you sort of look behind you, and you can see a series face in the corridor opening, and you can see that it's trying to pull you out.
Yes. I will try to assist in this endeavor and start like scrambling to get out of this room. I've made a terrible mistake.
You begin to crawl out, and as soon as you start to move, a tentacle just slaps down where you were lying just 2 seconds ago. But you managed to get to the tunnel opening with the help of a Siri.
I was like, oh, God. I know a Siri. It might look like it has intelligence, and you might feel sorry for it. But I encourage you, do not try to reason with it. It cannot be reasoned with.
I feel sorry for nothing and no one.
No matter how cute it is, it's quite adorable. Oh, God.
Cute?
Don't
What
be
do you want to
taken in
mate
by
with
the-
this thing?
Oh,
You want to have
My
its
whole-
babies?
oh, that's
As you're
weird.
having this lovely conversation, a couple of tentacles just whoosh,
Yeah.
quite close by where you are.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start rolling away. Nope.
All right. So we need to get the idol.
It's a couple of meters inside the room, clearly within the reach of
Of the
wall.
tentacles.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could be faster than it. But the thing, the idol itself is heavy, right?
Yeah, it's like a chunky, like maybe 1 foot by 1 foot of bronze. So it's, I mean, what your strength is 2, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
So you can lift it, but it would require both hands, and you would be
Right.
you would be hampered by it. But you definitely can.
All right. I'm gonna since Amari took the first hit, I guess just kind of want to be done with this and go kill some more of these cultist people if I can on our way out. So I'm going to try to run in, grab it, and hopefully with the thought in mind to toss it towards Amara and then try to get out. So run in, grab, throw,
dodge,
and this way, at least if I get hit, the idol's going in the direction I want it to go in.
It might hit Amara straight in the face if you roll.
That's okay. At least it won't be in that room.
Whoa, hold on. Hey,
make that terrible gonging noise if it hits Amara in the face because it'll kind of be squishy.
I'm just like, wee.
Okay, cool. All right. So you dodge in, trying to grab it, toss it out, and then dodge out yourself as well. Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to die.
As you jump in, a number of tentacles. No, actually, I'll let you do an agility roll.
Okay.
First, just to see.
Absolutely.
Difficulty 7.
Okay. Oh, that's a natural 12.
Ooh, really?
There you go.
Yes.
All right. So
yeah, we did it.
what happens is that you sort of dodge in, and it seems like the monster in front of you is not aware that you have done so.
Okay.
It doesn't notice. So you see the tentacles are still sort of flailing about, but they're not particularly aiming for where you are.
Right.
Which means that you can pick up the idol, and you can either try to run out with it, or you can toss it as you originally intended.
I'm wondering if I should gamble and try to run out with it.
Yeah, gamble. What's the worst that can happen?
I mean, you are only a couple of meters inside, so it's just a couple of steps.
Let me just run back out
Okay.
with it.
I'll have you do one more. No, actually, I want you to do a strength check because this is fairly heavy. So you need to lift it, and you need to dodge out.
Come on. That was cocked.
I believe in you.
That's a natural 12. Same die.
Okay.
All right. Okay. You lift it up. Surprisingly, you managed to do this also without really making any sort of sound or anything, and you just leg it towards the tunnel. As you do so, clearly the thing notices you, and you just feel this small breeze as a couple of these tentacles just straight behind you, and you bolt into the tunnel. as you see Sarvar, two gangers, and Tamo all sort of sprinting towards you on the other side of the door. Some of them with a slightly confused look on their faces.
Why are we all going in the same direction? What's going on?
And on that note, one of them takes a swing at Sarvar.
Oh, he's got me. Cool.
Ooh, there's a natural 12.
Oh, here we
I'm
go.
so
Here we
sorry, but there she is.
And
All right. Does
Sarvar
it hit you? Do you have higher defense value than 13?
The higher defense value than what? 13, you said?
Hmm?
No, I have 8.
Okay, so it definitely hits you. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, such a shame. Right. The brutal assault tears into your flesh, leaving a gaping gash, bleeding uncontrollably. You have a bleeding wound, in addition to the regular damage that you receive, which is 8.
Ouch.
And you just have a huge, and it's just pouring blood. Basically, that means that you lose D6 health every subsequent round until you manage to stop the blood flow.
Holy cow.
Yeah, bye.
Medic.
Yeah.
Yeah, see you
not
later.
Good, guys.
Yeah, it's we tried.
You get to act.
I get to act?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to try to swing and try to, get some revenge on that, because that's not...
That's not cool.
I'm
Do the
going
whole
to
Lord of the
stand-
Rings thing, where you grab the sword and you just like...
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah.
That is a 7.
Okay. Yep. You hit him.
That's a 7 damage, though.
It's a lot.
You do quite a severe knock. Tamo, you see Summer being cut up like a roast beef. What do you do?
I will attempt to save my friend, I guess.
And how do you
Me,
propose
right?
to do that? So there there are two gangers. One was just cut up in retribution by Summer, and the other one is advancing on you, actually.
I guess I better deal with the one that's on me first. I'm going to go for a crushing blow on him. Are we moving on level ground together, or are we going upstairs?
No, you're at level ground.
Okay.
You're just in the partition.
All right. I'm just going to swing like for his kneecaps coming across, like just this way.
You're going to go for a cold shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's -1, right?
-3.
-3? Oh, well, I like -1 better. Can I have -1 instead?
Yeah, I know.
12!
Yes!
Whoa! Yes!
How many 12s did we roll? Where's my 12?
Yeah.
A lot of 12s, and this the last 4 rolls have all been 12, no?
Pretty much.
Very close.
Except
yeah.
for my ones and my almost dying.
All right. Yes, roll a d12 and a d6 to see what happens.
I got a 9 on the D12
Mm-hmm.
and a 2 on the D6.
Ooh! Right. So you strike the kneecap, and it just flies off. This guy just collapses, and where the knee used to be, there's just a gaping hole. And he's just on the ground screaming.
That's about right there.
It hurts
Double damage.
Okay.
Strength bonus only applies once, but you
Once,
roll
okay.
roll 2 dice.
I'm just so glad it wasn't me.
My damage right now is... Let me make sure real quick. No, +2, so 15 damage total.
His screaming doesn't last very long. As
There's some punishment.
as it turns into sort of like whimpering, and he just collapses onto the floor, clutching what used to be his knee. The other one sees this. The one that just gashed Sarar pretty badly. And you can see in his eyes like, nope. And he starts to back off pretty quickly again. He doesn't flee, but he definitely moves.
My only concern with this is the amount of screaming this guy is doing is definitely going to attract that beastie.
Yeah.
And with that, Asiri and Amara, you are in the tunnel. Asiri is holding the idol. Amara, you're still on the floor. What do you guys do? And you can see through the double doors, and you see the exchange that just happened outside.
Oh yeah, I'm. Go ahead.
I'm leaving. Oh.
Yeah, I'm getting up. I'm getting up, and I'm just like, oh, let's go.
I don't even look back. I'm just like, yep, I got the item. Let's go.
Cool. You start running, and you get out into the room. As you do that, you see. So you have the corridor, which is now on your left, where you see Aju running out of. Actually, then you have the other corridor on your right hand side, also where the gong sort of is. Mm-hmm. And you can see down that corridor. You can see a lot of movement, and you can hear sort of yelling. And you can see the faint sort of glint of probably light on some sort of metal, you would assume, that's sort of being waved about. And you, so which way do you, what do you?
To the left.
Want?
To
the left. Okay.
Not towards the commotion. Let's go. Come on.
All right,
Yeah.
Go.
You sprint out that way. Tamo and Savar, you see Amara not in a good state, sort of hobbling.
Yeah, it's like,
and you see Siri coming, like dragging this idol with just like head sort of like that. And you thought that's rather odd. And then you just see them sort of sprinting towards the tunnel where Aju is just ducked into as well. And you can see on the other side as well, you can see just this mass of gangers just pouring towards where you are.
I knew that was going to happen eventually.
Well, there's a gong, so chances are pretty. You don't.
Yeah.
Wait, if we gong it again, will that let them know to go back?
You can try.
It's a turn off gong.
I think it's one of those things where you can't unring a bell.
Oh, it was a false alarm.
Yeah, false alarm, guys. Stupid conversation anyway.
This was a test.
Oh, is it Wednesday at 12? I was just a test siren. We know.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, cool.
Right, so you see them sprinting beside you, and I'm assuming you're gonna head in the same direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna clutching my wound so that it doesn't bleed out.
You just run, and you run into this tunnel, and you run up the stairs. And at the end of that, you see there is a door, and you just head towards it. You overtake Aju on the way because she's clearly not running as fast as you guys.
Can I push her down as we're leaving? No, I can't because I haven't that.
No, you can sort of bump her with the idol if you want to.
Let this be a lesson, kids. Don't screw
And you run through this door, and you find yourself in an alleyway with the nebulous clouds of the Lynn night sky above you, and you smack the door shut behind you, I presume. leaving
yeah.
poor Aju caught with her mother's
Yes.
kidnappers. Barricade the door, and then the next session would be Flight from Salvation Square.
Where
That was a
we
lot of
will-
fun.
We will find that tentacle monster again, and this time,
And free it.
yeah.
Try to give it
I
hugs.
like this hammer. I want this hammer forever. I can't believe how well I rolled with this hammer. Usually I roll
yeah, you
garbage for combat.
I can't believe I got messed up by this tentacle monster.
Wow,
Cute.
come on now. You walked
Yeah,
up to
I
an
mean,
octopus
come on.
with clubs and tried to make friends. Like, what were you
Yeah,
expecting?
yeah.
I was
I
trying
coulda
to
cut-
be.
I could have called it that was not going to go that
Yeah,
well.
no.
But, hey, you know, that's you gotta try, right?
It was
Yeah.
in
Try it.
character. I mean,
You know.
Actually,
Mara
yeah.
thought that it was cute.
Really quickly, I looked at his character. I looked at the motivations and stuff like that, and I was like, that tracks.
Yeah, it's on there. It's. I don't think anybody did anything that's not really, at least within the perimeters of what
Will
their
die for
characters would-
tentacles. Just
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there,
exactly.
right on the sheet.
I'll have to make that amendment up.
Yeah.
And don't forget to change the series name.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or put an iPhone warning, please. Do not play this
Exactly.
game.
Do not play well.
Mute your
Or
Alexa
iPhone
devices and your
Exactly.
all those things. Yep.
So while we were playing, we had some great chat going on in the chat as we were playing. Dueling Ogres actually sent over a logo as we were playing, and I think it pretty much sums up. I think the
way this adventure
session,
went for us.
the way we played, and I'm just going to show it real quickly. I think it might mute us for a little bit, but I'm just going to show it. There it is, right there. Whirlwind
That's
of
great.
stupid.
That is fantastic. Can I get that on a T-shirt?
We might have to figure out something to do.
That would be great.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I think we're gonna have to do something
know
with
what,
that here.
We'll put the cover art on the front of the T-shirt, and then we'll put a whirlwind of stupid on the
There
back.
we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
The unofficial motto of Black Ops.
Exactly.
And I want a picture of Amara getting like smacked by this tentacle. What?
Just like arms and legs sticking out from underneath a giant tentacle on top of it.
What
I
happened?
wanted to help you.
Just wanted to be friends.
Cthulhu,
Exactly.
chill out, man.
Oh man. Well, Chris, thank you so much for coming on and being a part of the show again.
Anytime.
Appreciate you giving a good chunk of your morning to do this for us. And
Sure.
and if folks want to know more about Black Void, where should they go?
Blackvoidgames.com. Any social media, the tag is Black Void Games. There's tons there. We have a Discord that people are welcome to join as well, where good conversations about character creation and rules and upcoming releases and just this, that, and everything. And we also have, it's a good place to find other Voidfarers if you want to find a game. We have Cameron, who runs games on there. I have my regular group. We're on there as well. So yeah, just search for Black Void Games and you can find it. And of course, Drive Through RPG and the modiphius webshop. And again,
Excellent.
there is a freely downloadable quick start and the Flight from Salvation Square, which is what starts now, is also a free download if you wanna give Black Void a.
All right, let's do it.
And yeah, definitely give it a shot because I'll tell you what, this was one of my top RPGs of last year, and for good reason. It's like I said, if you get the digital copy, you're going to definitely want the printed copy because it's just it's an impressive.
I'm in that group
impressive
right
book.
now.
Yeah.
I've been flipping through the actual rules while we were playing the game, and I was looking at the tables and stuff. I like the idea of a D12 and a D6 managed table system. That's actually nice. I like that. It's enough variety without being too ridiculous.
Exactly.
Amazing.
We did roll quite a few 12s and a couple of 1s here and there, but one of the reasons why I chose the D12 is that these things occur rather often, adding a lot of drama to the game that I feel is often missing in D20 systems, because it's so rare. But at the same time, I have tried to maybe not downtone the effect, but made it more dramatic rather than sort of game breaking in that sense. But so it adds flair rather than just destroying whatever happens. And I think that actually worked out quite well in this session, at least. It added some interesting occurrences.
Yeah, it had some great moments, which was a lot of fun, even though it was a whirlwind of stupid.
Well, yeah, but that happens, and that's what it's supposed to be as well. I love it when that happens.
But it was fantastic, stupid.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
yes,
oh, absolutely.
And it was done well.
Stupid, Doug.
Exactly.
You know what? That should be on the T-shirt. A whirlwind of quality stupid.
There we go.
We go.
That's just a motto for life.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure I wear that shirt almost every day.
It's on my face.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's gonna do it for this session. I want to thank Mitch and Josh and Jason with me, and again, Chris, thank you for coming on the show. We love to have you. Hopefully, we'll be able to connect here in person at a convention. Hopefully, in the future here, once all this.
People are actually allowed to talk to each other in person again.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. But I will tell folks, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe. It helps us out tremendously, and we really appreciate our community here on CG and all of our social media. And it definitely helps get Black Void noticed a lot more, and every little interaction that we have definitely helps grow the channel. So hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification. You'll get notified every single time we go live, and make sure to go pick up a copy of Black Void, the role-playing game, because it is amazing, and you won't be disappointed because the quality is just top notch. So, all right, folks, be safe, be well, and remember, winning shouldn't be the only victory condition when you get to the table. We'll see you next time. Bye now.